Alright. Welcome to the CPL Preseason cast for Week 1, Group 17 and Group 35. So as I said in the chat, my co-caster are actually casting something else right now, so I'm gonna solo cast a few games, probably maybe the whole stream, it will be fine. XUN and Heike will probably come back once they're done. So there we go. I'm gonna cast the group 17 first, and we got Tadde, Benno, Viletomato, MaybeNextTime, and character. Yeah, they're cheating on me. Exactly, that's what's gonna happen. So, okay. So I'm gonna start with some PvP action. Gonna set this up. It's gonna be Benno versus character. So there we go. So we got at the bottom left character as the pros player. I know that I think he race pick for CPL versus he's a Terran player, but versus pros player he choose to do some PvP mirror action. And we got Benno at the top left corner, which is kind of a really strong player. He does a lot of free fall with the NH FFA. So we're gonna see what's gonna happen if there's some cheese or anything. The probe is there for character with the pylon at 8. Benno put it more closely to his nexus for some city purpose. So no proxy, no 99, no shenanigans like that. But I'm pretty sure we're gonna see something else. It cannot be a standard PvP with those people. So Benno scouting the top right corner, while character will probably scout first, unless he's going crossbound. No, he's going right at the Benno base. Meanwhile, we got 2 gates versus 2 gates. So kind of the same builds right now. Worker count are pretty even. Okay, so second pylon there to block if there's a run by or anything. So Benno is still in the dark, don't know where character is. You know where he is, but you don't know the tech or what his build is. So we got one Zealot, the other one is there. The gas with the 2 other being produced. Character have the 2 other Zealots on the way at the same time. Pylon. So Benno trying to get in will hit a wall. The Zealot wall of that. Doing the same kind of wall at his main. But he managed to save that probe, which is always good, but he didn't get any intel. But knowing the amount of zealots, can assume that it's kind of the same build. So the core is there, no goon yet. Meanwhile, core is just done for character. And look at the sneaky probe going there. We'll see what he's going to do pretty soon. Yeah, I dropped down the music a little bit. I'll put it back on a little bit higher after that one. Sorry about that. So he's gonna put the pylon there. Forge is up. Oh, we got the CPL4de. So 3 zealots, 2 goons versus 5 zealots right now. And we got the Templar Archive. So we got cannon on the main. Nothing happening there. So not a lot of action right now, but we're gonna see some Dark Templar being produced. More goons for character. We've got the Robo. So I assume the Robo and Observatory will be finished probably at the same time the Dark Templar will pop up. So we're gonna see, I mean, once they will reach character base. Oops. Yeah, it's a little bit laggy, sorry about that. I'm gonna try to fix this on real quick. Oh god. Ah, damn. It broke. It broke. Okay. Sorry about that. So we got some DD in the main. I'm gonna fix the sound right after. There we go. So T-Ob's getting right on time. But to say he lost a lot of mining. Meanwhile, Benno decided to put an Nexus behind that. That's the way to do it. So that pylon is there for a while nothing being produced there. We got a move out from character because he needs to do something after getting some probes killed inside his main. So I like that he's on the high ground right now. So he's pushing. There we go. And Benno reaction will get back. Didn't cancel Nexus. Character about to do some damage. Will he get Nexus before Benno decide to push? I think he will be able to. Nexus is down. River for Benno. River for character, sorry. Nice save. So we got the cannon there. Character decide to get a base behind that. Supply are kind of even, but character is low on probe right now. Yes, Simo character play Protoss versus Protoss instead of Terran versus Protoss. He kinda race pick for CPL this season. So second pylon. Got a nice cover up of pylon there to react if he sees a drop or something. So the Nexus is done. Probably see some probe transfer pretty soon. Not sure about the Sim City right here. Goon and Reaver pop and they have to do the long walk across that pylon wall. While Benno have a better Sim City. Should have put the gateway there or higher. Maybe at pylon closer to the Nexus, the gateway on the right side. And the Robo usually on PvP. What I try to do is to put my Robo more closer to the ramp, so once the Reaver is there, it doesn't take an eternity to go to the natural or something, if my shuttle is not near. Not sure about that Robo placement as well. I think Reaver will pop there, but if he it's blocked and he popped there, that's a pain in the you know where. So gonna see cannon there. I think there's one idle probe there. He could okay, here we go with the probe transfer. Still another one there. He's a bit low on probe and some are idle right now. Okay, so Benno, I think, is gonna move out. Well, we see some army movement right here. There we go. Okay, decide to go back. It's not sure. Like that he puts 4 goon there to deny any shuttle drop or something. So we got High Templar as well, with 2 storm ready. Character is gonna move out now instead, with the Reaver into a shuttle. Okay, there we go. Reaver there. Needs the army. Put the Zealot in the front. Reaver will get some kills. Oh, they glitch. They didn't attack for like 5 seconds, which is huge. Again. Okay. So Benno took care of the character army. He saved the shuttle though. So they're bruised, but they're still able to do some damage right now. Kill the obs. We got 5 gates versus 4. We put down some cannon that is natural. Not mining gas as well there. So overall, I think Benno could push right now, or at least poke the door to see what's up. After that big battle there, I mean, he kind of crushed the whole army. Okay, so more Reaver. Reaver are pretty strong in PvP. You can harass, you can drop night support for your ground army versus zealots or clump goons. Meanwhile, the ramp is clogged up. And there we go with the third base at the top right corner. Knobs for Benno looking for any island base. So he gets some good intel right now. Okay, so he start mining gas, which is good. That is natural. We're gonna see, and by the way, the upgrades is +2 for Benno, and got no upgrades for our character right now. Okay, so some probe transfer. Look at that, crossing the whole map. The base is up and running. So he's about to... He did the upgrades for the mana of the High Templar. The energy, sorry, it's not a role-playing game. And he got double forge, so we're gonna see some +3/+1 pretty soon. Okay, some pylon there. Okay, so character is gonna move out again, but the obs from Benno will see it, but character snipe it now. There we go. Oh, nice storm there. Another good storm. Will he get the shuttle? Oh yeah. Shuttle with 2 Reaver in it, that's huge. So you have no other choice to retreat right now. It's gonna get some kills. And Benno doing... He didn't even... Yeah. I think it bugged. Sorry about that. I was like, didn't he have range for his goon? So we got 66 worker versus 37, which is a lot. That's a big difference right here. And +1 armor is done with +3 attack, while we only have +1 attack for character right now. Nice subs there, gonna get snipe. He's sending some zealot across the map to probably scout some information, because I'm not sure they can do enough damage. Trying to get out of his base. See, there's no base there. He's gonna see that, but I think he's too concentrated in the fight to look at it. Well, I guess he saw that. So we got... Oh, we got the Stargate coming up. Not sure what, probably arbiters, I guess. It's getting more pylon. Gonna see this. Gonna snipe that lonely goon. So character is mine out inside his main. Needs to transfer the probe. He's on the clock right now. If he cannot get out of there and expand, it's probably GG for him. Oh, will he get the shuttle? Oh, that's gonna be huge again. Okay, so he's not chasing the shuttle. Thank you for the follow. Okay, big fight. Benno have enough. Time to go. Storm is not bad, but could have been better. Still good. Get some probe skill. Meanwhile, the shuttle. It's not there. Shuttle is there, but no drop yet. So I think character is in a big trouble right now. Okay, so you still decide to drop the Reaver and okay, I'm gonna lose that game, but I'm gonna do some last damage before GG. So I think that base is over. Lots of damage being done right now. That Reaver did what he could do with 8 kills. Hero Reaver. So he's getting up the ramp, trying to finish the job. That Reaver is not done yet, moving it. So yeah, calls a GG. I'm gonna try to fix the volume for the effect. Yeah, GG. So we're going... Shouldn't take long, sorry about that. We're gonna go back to... we're gonna see game number 2. So I hope you enjoy some PvP action right now. I don't think I have any more PvP action tonight. I'm not sure at 100% because I will not cast every replay from both group. I select some. Shouldn't take long. Okay, there we go. Okay, so we're gonna have some pros versus Zorg action. There we go. It's gonna be Benno versus Tadde. So Benno at the top right corner, pros blue player, and we got Tadde at the bottom left corner as the grayish Zerg player. Both cross spawn. So we're gonna see what's going to happen. By the way, the map of the week for our week 1 was Polypoid, which is a 4 players map. I really like that map. Way more than Fighting Spirit, to be honest. Oh god. Okay. That's gonna be... We're gonna see if it's gonna be a Forge or Gateway first. At the natural of Benno. Oh, did you see that? He go there to catch the Overlord. Didn't see any Overlord, so he's going back to he's going to scout the our location. That's pretty good. So got a overpool, and it's gonna be Forge fast expand. So Forge fast. So we scout a base, see the timing of the pool, see there's no gas. Okay, will he drop 1 or 2 cannons? 1 on the way. We got the hatch there. Benno probe still in the main. Gonna see how many Zergling are there. But we know it's gonna be 4 plus drone. So he's gonna get his Nexus. Still no gas. Got the hatchery there. Oh, and a macro hatch at the natural, so 3 hatch already. Gateway for Benno, pylon on the main. More drone, gas is morphing right now. So they didn't play on top versus bottom, so I cannot switch a car. Second probe scout, trying to get some information. Nice reaction from Tadde to block the ramp with his slings. Okay, so Nexus is done. We got the Cyber with gas. Gonna transfer some probes that is natural once Nexus is done. I see there's no base there. Oh, this is gonna be a Triage Hydra. Okay, so no upgrade there. We got the Stargate. Safety creep colony. Second gas. So it's gonna pump some Hydra pretty soon. Morph it right to Sunken colony right now. So Stargate is up, +1 on the way. Alright, see if he makes a Corsair. We got Hydra speed, which is done, and we got range. So one Corsair being made with +1 air weapon. He's gonna trap a probe behind his mineral line so he can stack the Corsair. So his game plan is to go air control on this game. Okay, so Tadde at 6-minute marks pumping some Hydras. Hiding them so the probe cannot see it. So Tadde don't react. He put his third cannon, safety cannon. But I think he's still in the blue. Corsair will see the tech. See there is no lair. See the Hydra then. Scout a base. But he needs to save that Corsair. So how will Tadde react to that? Citadel is not done, so you don't have the Templar Archive yet, so no Storm available. You should have put down some cannon right away. Yeah, so Tadde gonna snipe some cannons. Needs to retreat these zealots, bring the probe. Yes, there we go. I hate that position as a pros player when the Zerg just get in, break your wall and you're not prepared. Okay, so that's a lot of damage for, yeah. Benno realized that as well. So GG. So Tadde won this, and Benno won the first game. So we're gonna have some...
How's it going, Esk4l4de?
Oh yeah, right on. So
No.
you're right on time to join Terran versus Zerg. So I'm gonna host the replay, just come in. You're my savior.
Oh, sorry. Hope you don't mind if I hop on in right now. Sorry,
Ah,
I'm a
yeah.
little bit late.
Yeah, no problem. I know. And you
Kinda
have more
slept past my alarm.
you have you have more knowledge than me on Terran versus Zerg, so that's gonna be excellent. So there we go.
Oh, that's a beautiful matchup. That is perfect timing.
Yeah, it is. I saved you to PvP, so you're fine.
Thank you. Such a great guy.
I knew you would have been late, so...
Not as
Okay.
young as I used to be, so I sleep a lot more these days.
It's fine. So we got maybe next time at the bottom right corner as the blue Terran. And we got Tadde at the top left corner as the magenta Zerg. On Polypoid again, 4-player map, the map for week 1 preseason.
Alright, and it's just a best of one, right?
Yeah, it's a best of 1 for preseason, so they have to fight at least once every member from the group.
See, have you seen any like cheeses lately, or players been playing pretty standard overall?
Well, first game was Protoss versus Protoss, and Benno went not fast DD, but he went DDs and did some echo damage. And
Okay.
game number 2 was Protoss versus Zerg, and it was Tadde versus Benno, and Tadde just mass Hydra at the beginning to break the Benno's wall, and he got the win with that 3-hatch Hydra.
Nice timing then.
Yeah, it
Timing
was pretty
push.
quick. Like 7:30 minutes push.
Yeah.
That was pretty
Well,
fast.
we'll see what happens here on cross map on Polypoid. Here we're getting a Terran, getting a nice early scout around 11.
Yeah, and
Nice first SUV out.
Tadde is going with hatch at his natural.
Okay, yep, 12 hatch. He's sending also a drone scout.
Yeah,
Fortunately, both players not gonna get the first scout, but
yeah, maybe
like
next
Terran
time.
might send a. Terran's gonna send a second scout, which is something I really like to do personally.
Yeah, I think it
Just to
puts
be
you
safe.
behind a little bit, but it's give you more intel right away to
I
react.
agree. Especially in case of any like 4 pool or 5 pool, early pool. Nice to see those lings coming. So I like the double scout.
Yeah,
The is gonna find he sees him just about now.
yeah. So we'll see the pull timing and no layer.
Okay. So Terran should be able just to take his CC, which it looks like he's likely going to do.
Yeah, this is what he's going to do, and Tadde will save his drone as well.
And nice job not losing the drone.
Yeah, that's really huge.
It is gonna be just 2 hatch layer, sir.
Yeah, maybe next time still have a civilian side Tadde base. He managed to save it across his Zergling, giving a high five and okay, I'm going back home.
Yeah, he still has 50 HP too, which is pretty good.
So second barracks for maybe next time. And the gas.
Alright, looks like he most likely will be going for 2 Racks Academy.
Yeah, I think you like that build as well.
That is one of my favorite builds in T3Z. They're very versatile and nice against the new meta where Zergs just do 2 hatch all the time. So
Yeah.
looks like Zerg is gonna do 2 hatch Muta
Oh yeah, already? Yeah, there we go.
on the Spire and the Natural.
Yeah, seeing that right now. Bunker is up.
Aaron, looks like the eBay will finished on time. Oh, okay, the Academy actually is a little bit later. So he actually went eBay before Academy. Maybe that was a mistake, I'm not sure. Maybe he meant to do it.
Yeah,
You can just do this +1 first.
the eBay is right
+1
there right away.
weapons.
The guys cannot see it because of the overlay.
Man, I guess he just doesn't want to go for a timing push, which I don't blame him on cross map. It's really hard to do any early damage with a Durax Academy timing push, so maybe he just did want to throw down that eBay first and get the +1, which I really don't blame him at all. As long as these turrets are going to be up in time. And I'm not sure if he actually has identified if the Zerg is going mutas or not, because he doesn't have scanners actually. He just has a
Yeah.
scouting SCV.
Oh, scanner is getting built right now, and Tadde getting a base at the 12 o'clock, and the SCV will scout it.
I mean, he might be a little bit late actually, because these mutas are just about to pop right
Mm-hmm.
now. He's got this one army of Marine and Medic, no turrets, so he's pretty vulnerable. He needs turrets at the ramp and at the main and at the natural.
I'm not sure I
I
like
think these
the.
mutas will do a lot of damage.
Yeah,
So,
exactly. I'm not sure I like the marine at the natural only location.
yeah. They are just kind of out there on the map a little bit away from the medics here. He is regrouping, so I think he's trying to make the decision whether he wants to push out or not.
We might have Horlos that will join us as well to help with the cast.
Yo, all us needs an invite to Discord.
Hello, Xan.
Hey,
Yeah, I've
what's
sent it.
up? How's it going?
What's up? Just finished the inner circles.
Welcome in to a beautiful TVZ we have here going on.
Yeah, you can cast via the stream if you want, and you're gonna join next game.
Oh, nice.
Heard you guys having a wonderful cast there. The NSL. Thought I'd jump in here with Poutine. Mutas are diving in here, looking to get some damage done. The Terran was able to get turrets up in time though by the time the Mutas got there, so actually put them up just in time it looks like. These Mutas aren't gonna get as much damage done as I thought they were going to.
With that 4x production that's going to be kicking in soon, it's going to have enough Marines to ward away these mutas.
I think he both players maybe missed a opportunity to attack, but both just playing it safe, which I don't blame them on a best of one.
Right. Now we do see the +1 air attack upgrade being taken for Tadde, which is very stylistically meta right now for most Zergs.
Yeah, it's about 3/4.
Yeah.
It's like the heavy muta, you think?
Well, no, it's going to be a crazy Zerg.
The Evo.
Oh, you think
Yeah.
so?
It's crazy Zerg, but it's like a weird version of crazy Zerg. Like he should already be having a Queen's Nest. It's just he's doing a weird version of it. Oh, he's got a Queen's Nest. Okay, no, it's crazy Zerg. It's crazy Zerg. It's just his carapace is slow, I think. Yeah. There's no
Terran's
carapace.
gonna do a double starport behind this, which is I think a great reaction.
Yeah. But it's his carapace is really late. Like when you go crazy Zerg, your +1 carapace has to be super early.
Oh, so you got some action with the mutas, trying to
Yeah.
get back.
Now there are 2 Sunkens up there as well, so he will be safe.
Yeah,
Yes.
there's even 2 from both sides.
Yeah, so he's going to be pretty safe up there, which is great. If he wants to be careful though, do not go into the Marines while they're stimmed and clumped.
Yeah, that's and they have the advantage of the Terran. It's pretty open, so mutas
Be careful.
cannot hide. So
Now the thing with Crazy Zerg is that even if you lose all your mutas, you can still come back with the Ultras, but the ideal situation is you you trade as many Marines with the mutas as possible, and then maybe even have some mutas left over to help kill and DPS Marines while your ultras are tanking damage. And with the +1
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. With the +1 attack, it's really seeming to make all the difference.
it does. It does.
Yeah, I mean, the Terran's looking to kind of move out on the map, but he's kind of in an awkward spot where he maybe just doesn't have enough.
Oh, we got some
There's
drop
so many
ships.
sunkens at these expos.
Yeah, the +1 attack allows you to kill a Marine with 4 shots instead of 5, so it makes the Marines much more brittle. And you can, when you put the mutas on hold position and they gun down individual Marines rather than only focusing on one, they can spread their DPS much more efficiently and kill large clumps of Marines.
They managed just to like slide right by each
Yeah.
other.
Yeah,
Exactly.
this is a semi-all-in play from MaybeNextTime. Tadde is doing the right thing by going into the main and like being annoying and sniping SCVs, but the problem is that these mutas need to defend, but he just doesn't know it. He doesn't know it yet. Like he might see these dropships with an overlord though. We'll see. Although he is trying to go around, so he might just barely miss them.
Like the idea here, he's kind of been really sneaky with his dropships. He definitely needs to kind of go. I think the mutas have found them.
Oh,
Oh,
nice snipe.
oh, he's been discovered.
Yeah. Now, Irradiate is on the way, but because he went for these dropships, he's going to be delayed in these vessel counts. These dropships need to pay off for him, really. If they don't, he's in trouble.
Ooh, gotta be careful. Ooh, loses
Yeah.
one full dropship. I know the feeling of that. That sucks.
Yeah.
Always hurts.
Painful. Really painful for MaybeNextTime there. Can't be losing dropships like that. We see Zerg right now finishing their Carapace upgrade. If he starts the next one, he might catch up to the Terran quickly enough. The Terran is on 5 racks, so might not be able to transition into the late game that he needs to, but he is still getting his upgrades, so he is going to stay ahead of the Zerg, so these Ultralisks won't be as strong as they should be. Usually you want the Zerg to be ahead of the Terran in upgrades, but he will actually be behind.
Ultra Cavern just finished along with its first upgrade. I'm not sure what that spines on the back of the shell is, but whatever that one is.
Yeah, exactly.
That's chitinous plating, guys.
Okay, so that's the defensive upgrade first.
Yeah, it is. It would be nice if the armor with the spikes would do more damage if they're on melee range with
No.
units.
No.
Or maybe every time, or maybe like against melee units, every time a Zealot punches it, it takes 1 damage.
I mean, I'm not gonna complain against Protoss, but against Terran, absolutely not. This
Well, the only Terran melee unit
Too
would be the
powerful.
SCV, technically, right? Although I think that's using a ranged attack, I'm not sure how that calculates.
Well, anyway, we go with these mutas here, looking to get more damage done. And, you're gonna get enough mutas out. Terran has taken a 3rd base and bottom behind all that. And is really ramping up his barracks count.
Now he's got like 9 ultras about to pop, with another 3 coming out not long after that, so he's going to stabilize, and because these dropships did no damage, this semi-all-in from Maybe, and it's a semi-all-in because if it doesn't do damage, you're now in this position where you're okay, but the Zerg has a lot. The Zerg gets 12 ultras out for free, basically, because your drop didn't work, so now you have to go into 8 racks. Now you have to get a 3rd base with gas, get BCs, and try and stay in this game. And he is doing that, but I don't know, it might be a bit too late from MaybeNextTime, we'll see. +3 armor on these ultras. Now the +4 is really slow, by the way, from these ultras, so that is the one thing that'll keep maybe in this game for a little bit longer. We'll see if you can hang in there.
There's some
Oh,
nice already. It's getting thrown down from Terran.
And they're doing collateral damage right now.
Oh, he needs to put those. You need to manually tell them to move somewhere and then put them on hold position so they don't keep bugging out and killing everything.
Yeah, exactly.
Because they will not die from the irradiate, they will survive on low HP. So if they, as long as they don't AOE each other, then you can still survive the ultras with 1 irradiate. Ooh, these mutas going to get on top of the Marines, and now you're going to see why mutas are still good, especially late game.
Yeah, and
You can
it's,
see
That's
that
a
they're going to
nice
put down
round,
DPS while the
definitely.
Ultras tank.
it's gonna get to Science Vessel as well, so...
Right. This is why mutas are
7
great.
mutas still has 7 mutas. That's nice. He does take care of the vessels. Only one vessel remaining. 2 more back at, or 3 more back at home.
Yeah, that Ultra is gonna die though.
And looking to be
Ooh,
on
great vessel
3-2
pick.
upgrades soon. About halfway. Armor's almost finished. 2-2.
Yeah. Now Tadde is doing the style where he's getting cracklings as well as ultralisks. I would like to see him throw down more hatcheries and expansions as well as pumping more ultras, but they should be sufficient to finish him up. Now he is hitting it a bit of anti-timing now. His +4 is nearly finished, so I would like to see him not run in here and keep these ultras alive. Maybe hit the third base instead, because you notice how his +4 carapace is now just finishing. Look, watch. See his armor's just finishing as
Ooh.
he's lost the attack. So it's a bit of an
Yeah.
anti-timing now.
Unfortunate, yeah. He should have maybe just waited a little bit
Yeah.
longer for his
Oh, we miss
reinforcements,
a
right?
drop.
Yeah. If he waits for ultra speed, waits for his armor to finish, then I'm sure he's in a great position to attack.
Oh, that's a good point, and I've done that myself, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So the
But
armor for the Marines just finished too, so he has 2-2.
little cheeky supply depot in the top right, gonna block any drone trying to expand solo. But these ultras getting on top of these Marines, and these irradiate is gonna show you what a double-edged sword means, because even though you're damaging the ultras with the irradiate, they're also gonna damage everything else, including the bio, including the SVs, including Marines, really clearing up the bio force nicely here.
And I think Terran made a mistake by not putting any Marines in this bunker here.
Mm-hmm.
You definitely want to do the stim bunker as soon as that happens, and you want to have at least like 4, 6
Yeah.
bunkers.
I'm also not sure about the massive radiate, because all he's doing is helping him kill the SCVs, the Marines.
Yeah, I agree with
Now,
that.
It's
now
true.
the ultras alone are bad against the barracks, because the Marines can hide between the gaps in the barracks to kill the ultras. So you need lings to help clear it up. So you want to stay in the expansion like he's doing. So he doesn't really need to attack the main. What he needs to do is just attack the expansions of the Terran. He can get on top of the infrastructure, but with ultras it can be tricky, because as you can see, the lings have to get in between the gaps to kill the Marines. So it's not ideal. For the Terran player can buy time and trade cost efficiently here to stabilize, but it might just be
That's a
too many
good
units
point.
behind.
I mean, it's hard to want to GG when you have a huge bank account, but as
Right.
soon as Zerg gets on top of your units with these cracklings, it does get very hard to get any units out.
Yeah,
You said the Ultra's not enough on them by themselves, but with the cracklings, it definitely makes a difference.
yeah. Yeah, the ultras clear up the bulk of the forces, and the lings go in the nooks and crannies to finish up.
Like you said, here comes another army down to attack 6 o'clock, and I think he's identified a weak spot. Knows he's just got to take it out now.
This is exactly what he needs to do. Just hit the expansions. You don't have to get on top of the Terran infrastructure with Ultraling. You just have to kill the expansions. As long as he hasn't got enough resources to pump BCs and tanks, then you win.
I mean, Zerg's still fine. He's not even mined out of his main or his natural. And has plenty at his third base.
Mm.
Just both players' supply is like very little at this point, and Terran has a lot of vessels still, so.
Yeah, I would have liked to have seen more defense matrix and less irradiate, I think. Or at the very least, irradiate your own science vessel and use it as an eraser on the lings. Like, yeah,
Yeah, that can be very helpful too.
I feel like he helped the Zerg kill his Bioforce a little bit too much there by throwing down so many irradiates. Especially when the Ultras are already on top of the bio. Like, it's one thing to throw down the irradiates before the engagement, it's another thing to throw down the irradiates while they're already on top of your bio.
Yeah, it's hard to really get a nice timing where you get ahead of the Ultras before they get to your army with the irradiates. But sometimes we get into that panic mode and we're already here, so we start throwing them down.
Yeah.
Maybe in this situation it might just be better for a D matrix.
Yeah, we do see SCV evacuation train, moving from the third to the main. So he still has his SCVs. He still has a 40 SCV count, but unless he can secure his expansions, eventually he'll bleed away. Now, the one thing I'd like to point out is that Tadde is being a little bit wasteful with these ultras. As I said, like, just contain the Terran. Like, you don't have to kill the Terran. Just maintain your ultra count, kill the expansions, and keep expanding. Like, you see Tadde's mineral count. Like, all he's got to do is keep making hatcheries around the map and keep taking more and more gases. And with that gas, you then build Scourge. With that Scourge, you kill the vessels. When the vessels are dead, then no more Terran.
I mean, both players do have a fair bank account right now. Unfortunately, the 6 o'clock CC does get taken out from the Zerg.
Yeah,
Is
50
he gonna be
HP
able to
left.
save the CC at the natural? It's got 40 HP.
Yeah, it's
Running
going down.
quick.
And we got some Scourge ready to destroy it.
Ooh, that CC's gonna burn down.
Oh my god,
No,
he's
no,
coming
no.
in all the vessels. Oh!
Will he save it? Oh
That
god.
actually went
Oh,
way
he's-
better for Tan than I thought it was going to.
He's-
And he gets the repair on the CC.
He
No
saved the
way, he
CC.
saved that.
Last
Whoa,
Wait,
that
minute.
was-
It went down to
Blood.
9 HP. That CC went down to 9 HP. I can't believe what I'm looking at.
It was meant to be.
Imagine if he
Some
targeted the
righteous
CC with the
CC right
Scourge.
I was worried. Thought he was gonna lose all his vessels, and he pulled away his vessels just in the nick of time too, and that was a
It's
Now,
maybe
engagement for Terran.
maybe next time save his vessel.
Okay, now let's reassess the situation here. Tadde will have fully upgraded ultras now, so
Yeah, but no attack upgrade on the way though.
no attack upgrade. That's actually an issue.
Yeah.
How much
that-
armor do we have for the Terran right now?
let me look.
3-2.
Yeah.
Okay, so the problem we're having right now is that our cracklings and our ultras aren't punching as hard as they should be. With the 2 armor on the Marines, the Marines are too tanky. The Zerglings
Oh,
are
that's
doing.
a good point. I didn't even realize they didn't have their attack upgrade with the Lings.
Carapace is great for a while, but unless you get at least +1, you need +2 really, but even +1 is absolutely necessary. Oh look, 2 defense matrix.
Just took T-Matrix dropships.
Trying to bait in some Scourge actually with those dropships to get some value out of them, by the way. They weren't actually intending to attack, they were just trying to bait Scourge so the science vessels wouldn't get targeted. Huge,
I love the fire bat with
Yeah.
this army to stop the Lings.
huge
That's-
trade there. Tadde
Yeah.
not understanding his ability to win this game. I think he's kind of...
Did you see that?
tunnel visioning.
He irradiate one of his own SCV. That
Wow,
was
that's
nice.
clutch.
Oh, the medic is trying to save it. I'll save you! But unfortunately, he's not going to be able to heal him in time. Also, drones pre-transferred to the top right, ready for when those hatcheries finish. I do like that, but one thing I do know, is he mining his gases optimally? Because he's got so little gas. What about his third base? Okay, so he is mining 3 on gas. It's just maybe you could put 4 on gas that is natural to mine that efficiently. Because it's on the right hand side, you need 4 to mine it.
Oh, drop on the way.
Yeah. Here comes the drop play. There are going to be some units to clear it up though.
I don't think they will be able to do any damage.
No, even though they haven't got any
some
attack
more
upgrade,
ultras coming
it's
out.
still fully upgraded ultras in terms of armor, so they are very tanky. So yeah, he's going to want to pull out with those dropships. Now, one thing that should be noted is that just by having these dropships out on the map is a threat to the Zerg. The Zerg isn't going to be comfortable knowing that these 2 dropships are around.
Do you think he should go with some BCs?
Yeah,
There we
he should
go.
be going,
Yeah.
yeah, he should be taking the gas, not the mineral
There are
only.
BCs,
Yeah,
actually.
as soon as I say that, it's caster curse.
But
They
he should
pop.
have taken the gas, not the mineral only, so he had more minerals
Caster's
and more
curse.
gas.
Yeah. You say something and it
Dude.
happens right away or something.
Dude, Poutine, got you good there. But it happens.
But now what he needs to do is keep the Zerg busy. All these beasts. Like 2 things. He can either send the BCs around the maps, or he's gonna drop the main base.
Oh,
Right.
double drop just go down for nothing. picks him off with Scourge.
Oh, I
That's
missed that.
unfortunate. He does lose both of those drop hits for free. Now, he needs to move out with these BCs though. He needs to like send these BCs to like expansions to start killing drones, because when they start making Scourge to pick off the battle cruisers, these BCs are one-shotting Scourge, and you're dumping all your gas into Scourge instead of Ultras, so you're not happy. So you need to make 6 Scourge per BCs on average, which is not a good position to be in. So much gas you're dumping into Scourge, you don't want to.
There we go. Maroons move out.
Like, look at his minerals and gas. Like, he doesn't want to be wasting gas right now.
Yeah, it is gonna be a pretty big fight. Here we go with the Radiates getting thrown down. That time it looked like maybe it was doing more damage to his own Zerglings rather than the Bioforce.
Yeah, this is that time the irradiates worked out well for Tadde, but but notice how that was only because there was good medic blocking. Because the medics plugged out the ultras, that it worked out really well for him there.
That was a nice little bit of medic wall there.
And they're going to get up into this top right base. Only a couple of sunkens here.
Yeah.
The spores are going to zone out the science vessels, but
No
he's gonna start
Nexus.
taking the hurt on this base.
No Nidus canal.
He can block the ramp with the medics so that the reinforcements couldn't get there. And also a BC going to start hitting the 12 o'clock. Does kill one of those the macro hatches at 12 o'clock already. The BC really putting in work.
Wow.
Now, if this BC was just targeting drones this entire time, I don't see how Tadde can stabilize. Because how can he deal with the BCs and the main army of the Terran? Does he dump his gas into Scourge to deal with the BCs, or does he dump his gas into units to defend against the army?
BCs went down.
Notice how the Scourge died one shot from that BC as well.
Yeah.
So that BC killed 2 Scourge before they connected. Now imagine if they had like 2 or 3 BCs all shooting down the Scourge as they try and connect. It's very good value for Terran.
And now that is a pretty bad spot with no, with only one mining base.
Now Terran himself is only on 1 mining base.
Yeah.
I don't know why he's not floating a command center or something, but I guess he doesn't want to because he needs the extra gas income, even though it's depleted.
I mean, on the plus side, at least he has a pretty big gas bank right now. And mineral bank. If he can just use it to get another base, I really think he's going to secure a win here.
The one thing that has to be said is that Tadde is doing a pretty good job of trading still, even though he's in a bit of a precarious situation.
It's true. I mean, Aaron is on a bit of a timer because Zerg has a big bank too, and he could turn around and start taking a lot of bases as well.
Well, if he had Defiler tech out, these cracklings would be more scary, because if one Dark Swarm goes down, then all the cracklings start
Look
to become...
at the Irradiate Ultras
Yeah,
killing
so many
a
FPVs
lot
can
of
die
SCV
now.
because of the Irradiate.
Ooh.
Did get a lot of SCV kills.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And that's his only base, so he's definitely got to be careful there. Like you said, I think he probably should in this situation float a CC to another base.
Yeah, he needs to do something, because even though he's in a great position to take this game, I feel like there is a chance that the Zerg can run away with this, and now that he's taken so long in securing this 3rd gas, he's now going to be in trouble.
One thing I like to do when I send the BCs is, you know, send a couple vessels with your BCs and do irradiate as soon as he uses the Scourge. Try to take out some BCs, then go in with your vessels and
You do
do
the
some
boxer,
eraser.
yeah, the boxer maneuver.
This
Yeah.
PC has 14 kills, by the way, guys, and it's still going.
Yeah, there is BC doing work in the 12 o'clock. Does
Yeah.
go down finally after 14 kills, but sure got its money's worth.
Yeah, I know he killed some Zergling right here at the natural of maybe next time.
Zerg is looking to take some more expos. This is what he needs for sure to stay
Yeah,
in this game.
I think he should double expand though.
I think he should definitely double expand more. It looks like he is probably going to do just that. And his +1 attack for the Zerglings is finished, so looks like he's realized he didn't
Yep.
start that upgrade, and
And
think he
plus
started
two
+2.
is on the way.
Okay.
+2 at 30 minutes. It's just too slow.
Yeah, it is. You might have forget about it.
Yeah, unfortunately, I feel like if he had gotten these upgrades sooner, then he would have been trading so much more efficiently, and maybe overwhelmed the turn.
There we go with another
Well,
push.
looks like he's gonna kind of force an attack here. I don't know if this is the timing that he really wants to
I
jump
feel
in,
like he
but
could be expanding and chilling. He doesn't need to commit his army.
yeah, I kind of agree. Maybe get a little bit more units with Dark Swarm, but he's getting a fair amount of damage done.
He is doing pretty good. Trading off a lot of these Marines with the Ultralink combo.
Ah.
A lot of medics gonna try and make peace, not war, with the Ultras and give them a hug.
And Aaron is super poor right now, just with a
Yeah,
bunch of vessels.
Where are all the
Will eventually
drones?
be vulnerable.
I mean,
Scourge.
there's like only 4 or 5 drone mining at the 9 o'clock. Where are they?
Yeah. Well, the problem is that now maybe he's got a big count of science vessels, and you're not going to kill those science vessels without a plague and a mutalisk, probably. So without a plague and a mutalisk, we're probably going to lose this game because there's going to be far too many defense matrix and radiates that you can throw out there. Now the science vessels are basically the bulk of your army. Like right there, that's like that's like more than 2,000 gas worth of vessels. This is his army. The Marines are supporting the science vessels.
That's
Most
right, they
people
do
Yeah.
need to protect the vessels.
Yeah.
Indeed. You can't just have like pure vessels and no marine medic.
Now
There's 9
maybe-
vessel.
maybe it's moving out with 2 more BCs, which is going to be really annoying for Tadde, especially this strat full gas.
It's a couple scans off, I think, looking for the Zerg army.
Okay, so
2 more BCs going in the top right.
yeah, they're about to reach the base as soon. It will pop and they will attack it. So we'll see if he will cancel it. Yeah,
Oh, he does! Just in the nick of
Oh
time.
wow!
that's nice. Save that.
Every little helps, especially in a time like this where you're strapped for cash.
I mean, it's so weird what to say. I mean, as soon as this mineral only mines out for Terran, he's gonna be in a world of hurt, but decent bioforce coming out.
Terran
Other
upgrade
BC.
gonna be finishing up real soon as well, so we're gonna be fully upgraded. Both sides.
The +2 weapon for melee Zerg is done as well.
Yeah, so
Still
we're
no
almost
+2.
there. We're almost there in terms of being fully upgraded, but we're a bit slow.
A lot of Scourge go down. Does take out a BC.
Yeah, you focus
Another
the
one gonna go down.
Ultra's Cavern. Another BC going at the 9 o'clock. Well, in between.
Looks like Terran is getting ready for a push here.
Yeah, as you say, you should focus on the drone instead of the infrastructure with the BCs.
I mean, I know it seems logical for him to target the gas because he needs to limit. It doesn't take too long to rebuild those gases, and killing the drones is really annoying because he can't afford to rebuild the drones.
Yeah, I think you have to be really careful if you target buildings with your BCs and kind of have to watch them because as soon as the Scourge come, they'll just get damage if you're
We-
not careful.
Yeah, it'd be better to just put the battle cruisers on hold position in the
I
minerals.
kind of agree there for sure. Let's manage to get the gas at 9 o'clock, but it's
Yeah.
definitely nice. Or can even take another expansion. He's on really low economy himself.
Yeah,
Yeah,
both
well-
of them.
Well, without plague, I don't see how he's going to be able to ever defeat these vessels. So I feel like maybe he's going to slowly push him out of this game. Unless Tadde can work some miracles here. He could also just throw down a bunch of defense matrices and just run into these sunkens and kill them all.
Yeah, that is like 9 vessels. Full energy on a lot of them.
Make some special forces marines. Ooh, almost gets one vessel there. One scourge goes down, the other one connects, so not quite getting that 250 energy vessel. We have a CC floating to the 9 o'clock, for their 3 o'clock position, which is about time. 35-minute expansion is a bit slow, but about time you got your third gas. You do still have some BCs trickling out, which is important. He needs to keep pushing out these BCs and causing as much of a nightmare as possible for Tadde to deal with, but ideally he needs to be sniping drones. If he's struggling to snipe drones with the BCs, then just put the BCs with the army and attack together and get value that way if you're not confident with clearing up drones. But we do see a lot of Ultraling flooding into the expansion of the Terran, trying to get up on top of the infrastructure. Looks like there's not going to be a lot from the Terran to defend though if he keeps pushing up this ramp. Even though he's turning around all these units, he's going to clear up all this army that's here. He's going to buy him time now because the entire army has to turn around to deal with this, even though it's only like 2 ultras and a few lings.
Yeah, cracklings are pretty strong though.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's why he has to turn around his army. Because if this doesn't get cleaned up, he's just going to start losing his barracks and supply depots. So
Yeah, pretty
pretty
fast.
annoying. Really annoying for the Terran to deal with.
Oh, you've seen the 3 o'clock base and
Ooh, he's going to
kinda
get denied on it.
but those marines
Ooh, the Marines.
saved the day.
Yeah, 3-3 bios, no joke. I think, like you said, he's going to just slowly get kind of bled out here. Quite the right unit composition now and not able to get enough bases up.
So maybe next time is mine out and he cannot put down the CC. Oh, will he be able to save the SCVs? We'll see.
There's a bit of a SCV train kind of going around.
Yeah. And meanwhile, maybe next time making another push and sending to BC at the 9 o'clock location.
Now, if he had Carapace upgrade on these Scourge, these BCs wouldn't be one-shotting them anymore, which is why that Zergs used to go Carapace upgrade when going Crazy Zerg was that so late game you also had this like transitional ability of, oh well, now my Scourge also don't die to one shot from your late game BCs, which is a small thing, but these days Terrans seem to be seeing Zergs with attack upgrade instead of Carapace, so BCs are even more valuable because they will still one-shot Scourge throughout the remainder of the game, most likely. Huge Bioforce now pushing into the expansion of Tadde. No defense matrix going down yet, besides one, which is all that's really needed, since there's no real units here to resist this force pushing in.
Yeah, that is a lot of bio and a lot of vessels.
Now there isn't a lot left for maybe though, so a little bit of a base trade situation, weirdly enough, even though the Terran's buildings fly, so not sure if this base trade is going to go too well for Tadde, but interesting scenario nonetheless.
Indeed, I mean it was really close on both players, and both economy is really low. So
There's some Zerglings being streamed down to the main base of maybe, so we'll clean up this main base of the turn maybe, but there is a BC that's going to help defend, so actually that will eventually be cleaned up. You won't kill the base even, so there is no base trade because the BC will defend. This is GG, unfortunately. Maybe played really well.
yeah, both had really good effort from both players in a best of one situation. Definitely made a game out of this one, so well
Yeah.
played.
I feel like Tadde maybe could have done a better job with his upgrade timings, would have maybe helped him claw his way to victory in this game, but besides that, I think both players played well.
And I think Terra knows he doesn't really need to
Yeah, I
do
feel like
anything other than go kill the Zerg.
I can definitely see that Tadde is a bit frustrated in this game, not going his way, which is understandable because he did have a really good position and couldn't finish the game because he got right on top of that infrastructure, but due to like raids and a few other things that didn't go his way, it was yeah.
Looked
I think
super close that whole game, back and forth. And either way.
I feel like next time maybe if Tadde just expanded quicker as well would have helped him out. Just getting more and more gases online quicker would have helped him.
Thank you for the follow, Tadde.
Yeah, I like his idea of crazy Zerg, but I think if you're going for a timing, gotta nail that timing super sharp, otherwise just go for more economy and safely expand and stuff like that. Instead of just try to keep killing your opponent, but effort anyway by both players.
15 kills BC. At the 9 o'clock. So I think that's might be it. Might be over now. Pretty soon.
Yeah, I think Tadde staying in this game just out of frustration. By the way, Tadde said in the chat, guys, just quit, I won't be mad. I didn't want to GG, I was so triggered.
Yes, it happens in the, it's very good competition against players in CPL, so I don't blame you for
Listen,
getting heated.
Oh,
It's
we got
totally
some action at the the main of maybe next time though, with the supply depot getting wrecked. Doing the
That's right. I'm
eraser.
sure you guys will see each other again.
the Terran buildings do float, so unfortunately with a eraser trick he will clear up all the lings eventually, because the vessels will have an indefinite energy.
Yeah.
So
Just a matter of time. So there we
Yes.
go.
For the most part, yeah. If there was less Marines or something, there are some scenarios where it'd be a weirder situation where the Zerg can somehow come back, but with this many Marines alive, it's just no way.
Yeah, that's
Well,
all.
really nice TVZ from these two players. Well played, maybe next time.
GG will play, guys.
So
Next time, Tadde, just expand. Don't tunnel vision too much. Just focus on your macro. Take 4 and 5th base. Get up to 4 and 5 gas. Contain him. Don't be so desperate to finish the game. Just keep killing expansions and soft contain him and build up your ultra count. Keep sniping science vessels. You need the extra gas to keep pumping Scourge to keep his science vessel count low enough to be able to manage. If he does get too many science vessels out, you need to transition into Defiler and start using plagues, because without plague you're never going to kill that science vessel count usually.
will you join the game or stream cast via the stream?
I'll cast out of the game.
Okay, game is up.
How many games are we doing? What group are we doing?
We are on the we're starting the 4th game. I think I've set 8 or 10 game total for the night. So we're almost halfway done, so.
Okay.
So
We get another TVZ.
yeah, I knew you would be there, guys. So I picked some TVZ because we have both the expert on that.
Alright. Spawning down in the bottom left on Viletomato, we have none other than the Grey Zerg, Viletomato. And his opponent in the bottom right, wearing the yellow trunks, is the Terran player MaybeNextTime.
As a non-member, I definitely gotta support Viletomato, but as a Terran player, I'm definitely rooting for Terran, so
Yeah, and
so I gotta root for both sides here.
we've seen MaybeNextTime having some
Really,
great games last game. So
Really, AK, all it takes for you to betray your teammate is them picking the right race.
This Terran's gotta stick together, man.
Well, that's strong nationalistic pride in the Dominion.
so we got Teddy the Overlord scouting the right way and gonna get the first scout on MaybeNextTime.
Yeah, and now if he does see this Overlord with the SUV, now what? Back in the day, Terrans used to time their scout to catch this Overlord. These days, I don't see that as much, but it used to be a common that this SUV would be sent a little bit later, around 12:30, 13, and then he would just check by this cliff edge, and he would just poke in, see if the Overlord was on the way, and then he would then know, oh, and then go left and see if he's going 12 hatch or not. And then, yeah.
I like doing that, but there's also a way that the Zerg can trick you if you're looking for the Overlord and they scout the wrong natural, which would be the furthest natural, not the closest natural.
Yeah, it's interesting how we've gone.
Definitely just throw you off.
It's interesting how we've gone full circle, isn't it? Because the Zergs started getting a bit smarter with their Overlords for a while, and then Terrans stopped doing that. But now the Zergs are just back to doing their old thing with Overlords again. So I feel like if the Terrans started doing that scout timing more, they might catch some Zergs unawares and maybe be able to do some more bunker rush builds, or at least getting a faster command center down because you identify exactly where they are early game and see the 12 patch as soon as possible.
So
it is so funny the back and forth you see in this matchup.
Oh yeah, over the years this map has not only evolved but also gone full circle at the same time. Now this one Marine can technically kill the Overlord if he was a bit quicker with it, but he won't.
yeah, and Miss Micro,
see if he gets on top of it, he may not be too late.
No, he won't get it anymore, but he could have gotten this Overlord.
Yeah, if he would have moved the Marine on the on the edge, he would have.
Yeah, that would have been nice.
Yeah, he needed to stutter step the Marine forward while moving to the left of the Overlord, so that he was shooting in between in between each shot. He's moving to the left, so that he's always staying within a range of the Overlord, and then the Overlord can't physically escape. But he doesn't want to run all the way to the left and then start shooting. He has to run in between shooting to guarantee doing enough damage.
Alright, I mean, especially if you get in and scout with your SUV, then you definitely know there's not going to be like a backstab, the Lings coming in, so make sure to watch your SUV. Not bad scouting information. I'm wondering if, I think he saw the third hatch. Zerg, so.
Yeah, I'm gonna be like a in base 12, 12, 12, 12, so does squeeze out this sorry, does just a normal free edge build. I'm a dummy. Did pay attention to the layer timing. Yeah, so it's gonna be a normal free edge build. Now free edge is like the old school way of playing CVT. Now the reason why Zergs don't go 3H anymore is because it basically gives control to the Terran and says, okay, you can control the pace of the game. Now, the reason why all the Zergs switch to playing 2-hatch is because now that means the Zerg is the sword and the Terran has to be the shield, and the Zerg can control the pace of the game. So as we see here, now the Zerg has to play more reactionary, throwing down sunks to deal with this little Marine pressure, but there's just 5 Marines, there's no real pressure, so forcing him to make 2 creeps he doesn't want to make right now. Now if he was quick enough, he would be able to cancel these creeps when he saw that the Marines were running back with the Overlord. So he didn't need to make these sunks. He's probably happy to make them because he probably makes sunkens around this time anyway, but you really want to play more reactionary when you're against Terran, and only make sunkens when you absolutely need to, because every drone counts. For example, you can see 2 mineral patches not being mined in the expansion right now.
Yeah, I do like that move out from Terran just to kind of force those sunkens out and then just kind of move back and be safe.
Yeah. We do see it's going to be an engineering bay first build, so there's not going to be any pressure at 5 minutes. If it was a fast academy build, we would be seeing a move out around now, but as
Well,
it
the
stands,
thing with Terran, he threw down 2 barracks and then threw down an eBay, so I'm wondering his eBay is like a little bit later than you normally would do with the fast
yeah,
+1.
this +1 is a bit
And
slow.
then his academy is also just, it seems to be so late.
Wait, this is 5 racks, right? Or am I wrong?
Well, I mean, he could do 5 racks, he could do 4, but I think the problem is he's not getting his scanners on time and really kind of just throwing down blind turrets right now, assuming that it's going to be mutas. I mean, fortunately it is, but
But the turrets are too early though. He's putting down turrets for a 2H muta timing, but it's a 3H build.
yeah, and he's only going up to 3 racks, it looks like.
Yeah, it seems that maybe doesn't have a lot of experience maybe against 3H builds, so he's not quite familiar enough with the timings of things to identify the build and also
Yeah.
know when to make the turrets instead. If
Right.
he could have gone up
Yeah.
to 5 barracks before making these turrets, you know that, right?
I agree, he should have. I think he should have too against the 3-hatch meta.
Oh,
But I mean, it can still work out for him, but
by the way,
gotta stay on
guys.
top of his production.
By the way, guys, these people playing is more like tier 3, so D rank and lower. So that may,
Well,
just so you
okay.
know. But they're pretty
pretty
decent, by the way.
Yeah, that's not bad at all. We all make the same mistakes here, so
Yeah, I don't hold anyone to their rank in terms of what I expect from them necessarily, in terms of like build order, maybe in terms of mechanics and execution, but just having the strategic mindset to understand that 3-hatch means 7 minutes and 2-hatch means 6 minutes is really important as a Terran player to identify what you can and can't get away with. The 9 mutas are going to pick into this expansion and start taking these turrets down. Now that's going to make the Terran not want to move out because he needs to stick around and defend, so not having to put down any additional sunkens yet, we'll be able to tech up to Lurkers and Hive while also taking a distant third to defend. He's playing a very standard way of playing, but he's slightly late on his execution and he's not got enough drones. A little bit concerned. Yeah, okay, he's making drones now. Okay, that's okay. He's making... Okay, these need mine in the main base though. Send them back to your main. He sends his 5 drones to his main, I'm happy.
I believe I saw Terran scan in the top left, so I think he saw that drone that was looking to be made.
Hmm.
I think he needs to make a decision here when he's moving out and not just sit in the middle of the map. And we saw this kind of last game where he got a little bit indecisive, but
No.
Oh, we got some Hydras. Maybe to morph into Lurker.
Ooh, Marine stimming forward and picking
yeah,
up some of
those
these things
Hydras
for free.
are scrambling up to save that base in the top left. I think they will get there in time.
He needed those lings alive to threaten a mutaling stab
Yeah.
on the turn.
Soak up
So
the
losing those lings
damage.
is bad. Yeah, so losing that is bad for him. But yeah, we do have 3 Hydras moving to positions at the top left. One should morph on the ramp, and 2 should morph behind. The one behind should morph slightly faster so that the lurkers can get out and burrow before they can get up the ramp.
Oh, getting the Overlord.
2 Overlords getting sniped at 9. That's huge, yeah.
Did you see that?
Nice one. Oh, and that's even better.
You cannot challenge Marines while they are both stimmed and bundled up like that. It's just, you can't do it.
And maybe next time getting a ninja base at the top right corner.
Ooh, very sneaky plays from the Terran indeed. Getting that hidden base will give him the enough gas to maybe go into BCs.
Yeah, that'll be very nice if it kicks in.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit bold if the Zerg ever is out there and scouts, but it's going to be hard for him to do so.
Well, this is the comical thing about this situation right now, is that the Zerg is going to try and make Defilers and Lurkers to defend. the Terran player could just laugh while teching to battle cruisers. So by the time the battle cruisers get there, you're there with your Defiler and Lurkers, and he's got battle cruisers killing all your drones. It's like, okay, well, your Lurkers and Defilers don't really do much against my battle cruisers.
Would be definitely a tough situation. Oh, but there's no lurkers. They just started morphing all at the same time. Fortunately, you didn't get the one in front to block and the two behind.
Yeah.
So if the Terran gets on top of there, he could really stem them down before they even bury.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so.
Burrow.
He's not going to make the effort, but yeah, that's why you need to be careful about how and where you morph your Lurkers, because if he one small miscalculation and the Terran kills his third base and it's lights out for you.
Yeah, 'cause look how they glitched out even right at first since
Right.
they soon spawned.
Yeah, that's why it's bad to morph Lurker eggs right next to each other, because Hydras are smaller units than Lurkers, so when they pop out, they will glitch each other out.
Fortunately for Zerg though, he does get that base, so gets that up and running. Being a very scary situation for Terran, but he is getting that top right, even some SCVs transferred.
Yeah, we got a nice little SUV train of about 9 SUVs in total, going to be moving on up there,
Yeah.
making their way
One is
downtown.
Yeah, 1-1 for Terran. This push is starting to look pretty scary if he gets reinforcements out there. But he does have
Yeah.
double dropships.
Oh, again.
Even going for the double dropship play is really funny. I like this play from Maybe, because this is very strong likelihood that we only got Lurkers and Defilers being on the way, rather than any possibility of like a lot of Muters or Scourge. So yeah, the dropships are a really nice touch, and they are choosing to go to the top left. I think what I would have liked better is a split drop play. Maybe one to the bottom, one to the top.
Oh,
Hit the top left base, and when the Zerg gets distracted, then you fly into the main and drop a fire bat onto the drone line.
That's a good idea too. I personally would have just gone straight for the tech myself. Just gone right for those Evos and the Defiler and the Ultra then. All right together.
That would be a great play. Instead, he's going to opt for the third base elimination, which is obviously a very strong win condition, because killing the third base is crucial in a ZVT. Without that third gas, he won't be able to support these Ultralisks.
It's true, the fact that he is taking top right behind all this this is not a bad move at all, so
Right, and if he takes the gas in the top right, he can even go anything he wants. So he's got the vessels being pumped right now. He can go up to 8 barracks. He can get another 2 factories if he wants to. He's building 2 factories. Okay, so he's putting factories in the top right. So he's doing like a kind of mech switch build, where he's going to build all the factories in the top right to build siege tanks and mines and stuff, and then he's going to slowly turtle. So even if the Zerg did have a really strong economy and could stabilize, like eventually, like there's a mech switch. Now what?
there's some great advice I got from Wolfix. Just would tell me to queue up lots of units when we have tons of money. There's no reason to not be spending it. So just if you're practicing and want something to practice on, then practice on that. Just queuing up production all the time and
yeah.
SCVs all the time.
Especially when
Make
you
sure you
you
spend that
plan
money.
to when you plan to make an attack, you queue up a lot, so it will compensate for your loss. So. While you're busy attacking and microing.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Then it gives you so much more free time to actually
Yeah, you can back at your
micromanage
base
your
and
units.
you have a second wave ready. So.
Yeah, it's good to be liberal with how you spend your resources, especially the later you're in the game, because leveraging your resources is the only way you are going to win the game. So unspent money is not really going to help you out.
I mean, I guess he is most likely, like you said, going for the mech switch as he's throwing down tons of factories, so probably just planning on banking up to drop it on some mech.
As you can see, he's only on 5 barracks, and he's not really pumping any bio. He's mainly caring about setting up this infrastructure for a mech switch. It's
I
good.
think you should be making something though, right? I mean, not just stopping all your
Yeah, but
production
here's the
altogether.
thing is that he's got the Zerg distracted. I agree with you, but he has got the Zerg distracted temporarily, which is all you really need to do. As long as the Zerg's busy, then it's okay.
Yeah.
But
The
yeah, now
dropship looked like maybe it got some more damage done, maybe.
Yeah, it did get cleaned up
In that,
eventually, but it did do some damage.
yeah.
These two dropships are just chilling, so if he does save those, he can keep putting on more and more pressure. He has got a little bit of a standing army now. A few control groups of bio is all he needs to maintain while he does this mech switch. He will be pumping out nothing but marines in the top right. Sorry, nothing but tanks in the top right, while also
Oh,
having a few vultures for mines.
things
Oh,
are
these
just gonna find out.
Lings are going to find out the bad news. There's already 2 bunkers made up here as well. So with the
He
tanks
was
and the bunkers,
suspicious. Yeah, he became
yeah,
suspicious and now he's found it. It's never a good feeling once you see that many
yeah. These ultras are
buildings.
these ultras have 4-1 upgrades, and these marines are on 2-2. So it's not a terrible situation for Zerg, but they don't have any ultra speed right now, so they're not able to connect with the marines efficiently enough. In fact, are going to turn around and head away. 7 ultras are going to be able to challenge this though. The ultra speed is now finished, so he can get up it. Irradiates do go down, so if he avoids the medic wall, we can trade, but identified that the medic wall was in a really good position to block him up, so he doesn't pull away. Now all 4 of these irradiated ultras are on top of each other, so they are splashing each other down.
Yeah.
If they damage each other, they will all die. If they will kill each other now, so this is really bad for him. These 4 ultras are all going to kill each other. Look, yeah,
Oh, that
it's
went
not good.
bad.
That's not good. Now, what he could have done better here is anything. Like, as in, he could have gotten, he could have delayed and gotten a drop tech, so like OB speed and OB drop, and then drop the ultras on the tanks. He could have gotten defilers. Like, you don't need to just commit your ultras to tanks like that. There's no need for it. You need to save your units.
And I feel like I do the same thing myself, just like forcing a situation that
You'll do it.
wasn't needed.
Yeah, I think that's the number one mistake that lower ranked players make, as in lower than S rank, by the way,
Yeah.
is that we all would like to force situations rather than adapting to the situation we're presented.
I do that all the time myself.
Yeah, I think we should learn to embrace our own circumstances more and not be so tunnel vision with our way of thinking about the game as players overall.
Indeed,
Although
and it comes down to the basics a lot of the time that we don't realize too, is just simple macro.
simple macro and micro, and at the moment there's a lot of
Which isn't
ultras getting on
simple.
top of these marines, with a few zerglings coming in to help clear up. Now, these ultralings are doing a decent job on the sunken on the ramp. It's buying enough time, so interestingly enough, it's going to clear up this small force of bio. But this isn't the main force of Terran. Terran isn't playing bio right now. These marines are just buffers to keep him alive long enough to get as much of mech as possible.
There's a
Right now we have
Oh, it takes out the
10
vessels. Oh, all the vessels go
okay. The
down.
vessels going down is huge. Although we do have 10 tanks in the top right and a lot of ILSCVs that could be transferred, so without the Terran expanding though, there is a chance that this finds his way back in this game. See, if the Terran player was more aggressively expanding, it'd be a bit different story, but that's... Oh no, okay, the Terran is expanding. He's got a floating CC down from the top right.
Okay, that's gonna be definitely needed. As the main and natural are pretty much mined out.
Yeah, he needs this gas. He needs this gas that's at the natural of the top right. Nice SUV transfer coming in from the natural. His main is just about mined out now. Around 17 to 19 minutes is the time that the bases do get mined out based on saturation. So now is the time to expand for most people.
I think
Finally
the
gonna
big
start.
thing, yeah, I was gonna say, when you do a mech switch, you gotta make sure you do the upgrades for mech.
Yeah, the +1's a bit late, honestly. Like, getting this many tanks before +1 is a bit weird, because, yeah, +5 damage to all of these tanks is well worth the 100 upgrade, so getting it earlier on would have been way better.
Yeah. It's always tricky, you get in that sweet spot where Zerg is max out on upgrades and we don't have any for mech, it could be very scary.
Another SCV transfer, about 12 SCVs come into the top right natural expansion, so maybe gonna get a nice saturation going. 64 SCVs are out on the map now. There are some idle SCVs in this main, but the rest are in good locations. 2 dropships are gonna get loaded up right as the attack force comes in, so will he unload again? You might have to, because there's not a lot of units down here to defend, and this loading and unloading actually might cost him here, because he's getting them right on top of them.
Yeah, that was a little bit unfortunate. I think this is a nice fight that Viletomato was looking for. Now all of a sudden there's a hole in Terran's base.
It might not be enough, but it is a little bit of glimmer of hope for him. There are 7 mutas now swooping into the top right. He's gonna go Guardians. Here they go. There's the Guardians.
Oh
Okay.
wow, that's awesome.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. He's getting into the main base. He's only able to produce Marines from the main base to defend. So if he gets on top of the production, which he has, he's got 1 Ultra here to tank. He can start being really annoying.
I mean, Terran has 6k, almost 7k in the bank. Not even maxed out. Like, we need to spend this money.
Yeah, maybe he really needs to work on his mechanics. He needs to be able to produce units out of all these buildings. Unfortunately, the Zerg is kind of stressing his multitasking, pulling him out every which way, and now starting to get on top of the barracks is taking those out. If he starts killing off all the supply depots as well, that's going to be a nightmare, because he's only got like 6 or so supply depots in the top right base.
Guardians.
The Guardians.
Yep.
Oh, and the Guardians stream in, going to take out all these turrets, and there's not a lot of anti-air. Is there any science vessels?
I
No,
think,
there's nothing.
2 at the main. 2.
There's only 2 in the main.
Yeah.
He's done
The
it.
bottom right, way out of
I can't
position.
believe what I'm looking at right now, but the Zerg player is actually going to win this game, I think.
I think so too, and this is the move that Viletomato needs. This is gonna be huge for him. Even with 7k in the bank, Terran's gonna have no army.
Terran mech had to come all the way down from the top right to try and defend
Gotta be
this as well.
careful. Has lost a couple of Guardians, couple
Okay, well, hang on a
Goliaths
second, hang on
coming
a
back
second.
here now. Wow.
Hang on a second. This is a weird game because what is going on in this game? Like, surely the Terran player
There
dies.
comes the air support. Guardians pop just before the
I feel like the
factories
Terran
go
player
down.
can defend though, right? Like, if the Terran player just sieges up all the tanks and keeps trading, but no, surely the Zerg eventually wins, right? Because the Terran player can't physically control these floods of units. Like, look, these tanks dying to links like this. There's just no way you can win.
There are so many tanks going down bottom right to lots of Zerglings.
Yeah, I mean, maybe if all the tanks are on the high ground in siege mode, then he can kill all the lings as they come in, so they don't do any damage. But as it stands, they're trading up all the tanks for free.
Zerg even has some defilers out here. I think you could definitely get some nice dark swarms in here and come and take out.
All he
Take out
really
this
needs
base.
all he really needs is drop tech to finish off these positions. If he did have siege tanks on the high ground, he could just drop the Zerglings directly onto the siege tanks from his overlords. But it doesn't even need that. Just Zerglings streaming into the main base could be enough to defend. Just not enough to defend.
GG. GG's called. Like, what a crazy game, right?
Yeah, it
I mean,
was.
I guess Terran recognizes what situation he was in, but
The ending
Really
was
sucks
pretty nice. Ninja base and some drop ship action. That was really
yeah,
nice
he
game.
almost pulled it off. He was very close, I think. If he just kept up with macro, he really needed to max out in units and remax and keep up the pressure. But I think he wanted to, but it just wasn't quite there.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate actually, because I feel like he maybe would have had that game.
Yeah, really good idea though.
I do like to see the mech switches, but they are very difficult to pull off.
They are. Upgrades are huge.
I need to be right back in a couple of minutes, so I'll let you guys start casting. I'll be right back.
Yeah, no problem. So it's gonna be a PVZ this time. And we got Benno at the top right corner as the orange pros player. And at the top left corner we got Viletomato as the grayish color Zerg. I don't like that
Right.
color. It's olive, I think. Not sure.
Yeah, that sounds right. I think you're right. Olive and OJ.
Yeah, and I can switch a color because they play top versus bottom, so it's gonna be red and blue instead.
Okay, I like that.
So
Also good to see more non-members.
the next group have only one non-members for people watching the stream, so
Alright.
just want to expose more non-player on the first stream I was about to do. So we're gonna see if it's gonna be a Forge Fast Expand or a Gateway Force for Benno. Last time on other PVZ played, he went Forge Expand.
Okay.
So we're gonna see.
Right away.
So it's gonna
Yeah,
be
the
a
overpool from
overpool,
Zerg.
exactly. So we'll see if he's gonna get either a flood. So there we go with the Forge.
Okay. So this is a pretty standard. I like it.
Yeah, pretty defensive.
Safe.
Yeah, exactly. He's sending a drone for scouting faster than the Overlord. Trying to get some information about the execution of his build from Viletomato. He's gonna get a hatch inside his natural. He's gonna see the forge. If he snipe that probe, that's gonna be huge though.
Ooh, a little bit of early game.
Yeah. Need to drop down. Oh, he went Nexus before cannons. That's greedy.
This is pretty greedy.
It is. And cannon just about to get on. Viletomato sees that, so I'm pretty sure he's gonna send the early Zergling right away.
Oh wow.
But I think the cannon will morph just right on time though. One cannon can hold 4 Zergling or so. But the second one will barely make it when the Zergling will reach the natural.
Wow.
So hopefully we'll block with the probe. Oh no. Well, he bought some time to get the
Yeah.
oh. Maybe he would have been able to make a run by, but maybe only 1 or 2 lings would have survived, so that's not really a big deal. Can harass the Protoss, but if they live long enough, you can see if Protoss is going with the Corsair build or not, so if you don't go there, you can rush Spire and counter with the units.
Well, now I think Protoss may be in a little bit of trouble since he doesn't have any scouting probe out on the map.
Yeah, you have no intel right now, so his next move is probably go Cybercore, 10 Stargate, so he can get the Corsair out on the map and getting some scouting information. Meanwhile, Viletomato getting a third base at the 9 o'clock. So it's gonna, and a Hydroless then, so it's gonna do a triage build. Maybe a 973?
Yeah, he definitely could, and he gets a nice Overlord scout into Protoss base, so it's the core timing right now.
So yeah, we have 9 drone on the main. And we got 7 drone at the natural. And it's gonna probably send 3 more drone at the 9 o'clock, so we're gonna see some Hydroless bust again. I think I prefer to deal with versus Muta instead of Hydroless, to be honest, when I'm PvZ.
This is kind of like a really nice timing if you hit it pretty sharp. Seems like it's pretty hard for the Protoss. They gotta throw up lots of cannons.
Oh, he's gonna see it with
Get
the second probe scouting. Yeah, so don't know it's 3-hatch, but can assume it is. He needs to put down some cannon really fast. Oh, he also made a second forge at his main. Okay, so some Hydra are coming. We got third, we have speed, and we got the range upgrade from Viletomato. Okay, so Corsair is out.
Now, the +1 is at 6 minutes, so I feel like his
Yeah,
timings are a bit slow because
yeah,
I
it
feel like
is.
it's a normal timing for a Zealot Sair, but it's just the build order's a bit slow maybe.
Well, yeah, put down a forge and so it is main. Mm,
Second Forge, did he want to go double grades, or was he worried about being Hydra busted and he made a backup one?
I think he was worried about getting Hydra boss, and also it's a good thing to have a double upgrade if that's his game plan.
Hmm.
Okay, so he's gonna kill one Overlord at the bottom left, but the Wild Tomato's gonna try to bust right now.
Ooh, he's going to get on top of those cannons as well. That's why you don't want your cannons to go up against the wall sometimes, because the Hydras can get them really quickly. The
Oh,
Zealots and Probes do come off the line to deal with these Hydras and do start to push them back. Oh no, losing way too many Probes
yeah,
to the Hydras. Oh,
Oh
that's
no.
devastating. He's now behind in workers. The Zerg player from here could go into a macro game comfortably, and all these minerals being spent on cannons is bad news. Each one of these cannons could have been a gateway.
yeah, exactly. Oh, and he's gonna deny the +1 as well.
Oh, that's huge. I mean, the backup forge is going to come in handy, but with canceling the +1,
Yeah, it's
losing that
huge.
many probes, that many zealots. I mean,
Yeah, it looked like he had held it there at a situation and just needed to pull those probes back. Fortunately, got caught out in the open.
yeah, I really recommend that players start hotkeying their probes in these situations so that you can very quickly micro them back and forth as you need to.
That's a good tip.
I think he should also transfer some probe at his natural and keep producing probe production because he lost so many. He needs to get back his economy running.
Well, here's the thing: we have the Corsair that's out on the map right now.
Yep.
We're scouting for what's going on. We see the evolution chamber just finish. Now we're looking at eggs. What we're seeing coming out of the eggs is there units? Are there drones? Right now we only see 4 drones at the expansion, the third base. So he's not pumping that many drones. There's still a threat of units. So we're not
Mhm.
feeling too happy right now. But we have got a lot of cannons. So in theory, if he does make a lot of units, we are happy because he's not making too many drones. So what the Zerg should do is make a lot of drones, a lot of hatcheries, go up to maybe 7 to 9 hatcheries worth of production, and then overwhelm the Protoss. Because there's no way the Protoss is going to have a strong enough economy to compete.
Yeah, we got Lurker Contain, and the DD is out for Benno. We're gonna see
Okay,
if
now
he.
DT.
this DT could be the thing that keeps him in the game. The only thing is that there are 3
Overlord,
overlords at
yeah,
the expansion, so unfortunately there will not be any potential heroics where he kills all the drones for free.
exactly.
So that's the only down thing. The one thing that could happen is that he somehow gets this DT into the main base unnoticed. That's a possibility. It's unlikely, but if he does, then he could, in theory, kill a drone line in the main base and be really valuable. But instead, he's going to use this DT for denying bases, scouting around the map. Oh, and the DT's going to hit the Hydras, so he's even going to know about it. That's the worst possible situation for Benno.
It looks like Viletomato has discovered the DT, sends an overlord out on the map. Viletomato looking to take bottom left.
He's getting goon range, so. But with only 2 gateways worth of dragoons, I mean, how do you keep up with the? He's putting 12 Hydras at a time.
Oh, is there? Will he build a hatchery at the mineral only of Benno, or it's Miss Ratty? What do you think?
I think it's entirely possible he'll build a hatchery though, because this is one of the few maps where hatchery contain is not only good but strong because you have the high ground as well. As long as you cover the south position with lurkers to prevent zealot run bys and stuff like that, this can be a really strong way of playing.
There we go with the ad.
Wow, he does. He does throw it down.
I call it.
Good call from Esk4l4de picking up on that drone being in position.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
And I don't blame him in that position. It looks like it could be really strong if he gets all those seconds out.
It is. I hate that. I really hate that.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
The real problem would be if he got spores up, then what are the observers even gonna have any chance of getting out of there? So.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, they already don't have a big chance of getting out of there to spot for these lurkers, but...
DT moving around the map, just scouting the 12 o'clock location. Gonna see a... Oh, you might see this drone actually. If he snipes this drone that wants to build the hatchery at 12, that might be annoying. Oh, Storm is
on the
going
way
down, but burying the bread on the Hydras. But right now, not killing a lot, and there is quite a few Hydras. 2 drones ready to make some creeps as soon as this hatchery finishes in about 10 or so seconds. With the amount of hatcheries that Viletomato has right now, I feel like he's going to be able to macro pretty solidly.
Oh, he's sniping the obs.
Yeah.
It's
this
pretty
is
low.
starting definitely to look like a really good situation for Viletomato.
Yeah, it is.
I like how he's playing just really patiently and not really...
Yeah, he's expoing behind that.
Dive on the army, but...
Yeah, this is the way he guarantees winning the game, essentially, because he's not going to risk losing units to cannons and stuff like that. It takes away all the advantage of building the cannons and forcing Benno to bear all of the negative the consequences of building them. So really a double bubble effect being produced by not committing to an attack, forcing Benno to really transition into an awkward push, which isn't even strong enough to break out, I don't think.
Indeed, and it's purely dragoons here. Here comes the Templars behind. Maybe get some storms off, but...
Yeah, right, and now with this mineral only taken from the Zerg, now the Zerg has a base of operations to continually harass and contain the Protoss, so even if the Protoss can slip out from the south region, the Zerg still controls the high ground, so it can keep setting up the contain again.
Yeah.
Just imagine if he gets a Nidus Canal there, then it just becomes a nightmare.
Oh yeah. Stop giving idea to the Zerg players that are listening. I'm not sure I like that.
Yeah, imagine that play though. Imagine the Nidus, and then if you try and counterattack with run-bys, the units just slip through the Nidus. That would be amazing. I would love to see that kind of play.
Yeah, nice micro from Benno to get out.
This is the kind of thing you need to get out, and this is exactly what I was talking about. Now you might be able to push out through the south, but the Zerg still controls the high ground, so you still have a forward position from the Zerg that you can't really deal with because there's 3 Sentinels on the
Oh,
ground.
he sniped a High Templar that was full energy.
That's really unfortunate.
Yeah, it is.
He also could have maybe. Ooh, he forgot he didn't get his amulet upgrade on the Templars, so
Yep.
you only have a maximum energy of 200. Not going to be able to get all 3 storms, which would have been a really big value for him to deal with.
Yeah, that was a pretty decent fight for Benno. To pushing a little hole through the army. Oh, here comes the probe. Yeah, if he really can get that base up and running, it's definitely what he
can get
needs
that
to
3
stay in
o'clock.
this game.
He needs something, yeah. You get that 3 o'clock's going to keep him alive if he
Yeah,
can somehow
because
hold up against this army.
he's gonna mine out into the main pretty soon, so.
He could even, if he does get contained again, he could even shuttle in probes. But oh, hang on a second, there's a lot of Hydra streaming in. Lots of storms go down, but oh, most of the Dragoons get popped. There's +2 attack upgrade. All these Hydras making them very trade cost very effectively against goons. You need a lot of goons to survive against this, and unfortunately, he doesn't have the critical mass needed.
Need to drop the storm now. He's gonna lose the High Templar. There we go.
Yeah, death by 1,000 cuts, it seems, as the units stream from the Zerg side of the map. Ultralisk Cavern has been taken. We've got +1 Carapace and +2 attack for the Hydralisk, so with the bottom left base taken, the top middle base taken, we've got so many hatcheries, so much production for the Zerg, and effectively an infinite pool of resources to choose from to then compile whatever unit compositions are required to defeat the Protoss. Hydralisks for the Dragoons, Lurkers for the Zealots, and Zerglings also to mixed in to stream and support. Soon we'll have Cracklings by the thousands if the Zerg player can't finish off the Protoss player anytime soon. But by the looks of things, I don't see how he can hold on.
Yeah, and Viletomato have all the techs as well. You can switch seat. There's an Ultralisk on the field now.
Yeah, chitinous plating just starting to be researched. We have a Defiler mount, 55 drones to 40 probes. As long as the Zerg is trading at even a 30 to 40% efficiency rating, I'm sure he will still win.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty well fought from Benno, but I think it was an uphill battle ever since that rope pull in the very beginning. Fortunately, put himself so far behind.
Yeah, it's really hard to break contain like that.
Yeah,
And,
he did make 10 gateways to try and do it, but he couldn't manage it.
He did pretty well trying to make it this far, but I think he's just slowly starting to mine out here.
He played well, he just got a bit outmaneuvered in the early game decision making and build tree.
Indeed, I mean, he's got good fights. He has some good fights here and there and storms, so
I feel like yeah, if he'd focused a little bit more on his reactions at the early game, he might have been able to navigate to a more efficient timing push to break out. But as it stands, he made a few too many cannons to defend, and yeah,
it's always
a bit OP sometimes when you get out of hand and get a lot of economy like this. GG.
Yeah, GG. He kind of held that 973 push, but just wasn't keeping a close enough watch on his probes.
Well, he lost too many probes.
Yeah, at the beginning.
He actually held it well. He held it well. If he just didn't lose the probes by accident, he would have been okay.
Exactly.
I think so too.
He played really well. It's just he had a bit of a blunder at the start.
So we got the Zerg versus Zerg this time. I hope you guys are ready.
ZBZ craziness.
Yeah. Waiting for XUN to join the game.
I joined the wrong game. Oh no, wrong game.
There we go.
Alright.
Alright.
Tomato at it again.
Nice split from Tadde. He's managed to get his drones to the horizontal mining position quite quickly. Notice how the drones bounce off the corners of his hatchery in the bottom left location. Tadde spawning as the blue Zerg, and in the opposing corner, none other than our little rascal that we saw from the game before, it's Viletomato.
Love to see the non-members.
Yeah, I mean, but we've seen. I've liked the play from both non-players we've seen today. Viletomato and Tadde are both playing pretty good.
By the way, it's the last game from Group 17. After that, we're gonna cast Group 35.
Okay.
Sorry to interrupt you.
A higher tier.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, ooh, we're gonna see a 10 hatch from Tadde. Okay. Now, a 10 hatch build is basically the most lava optimized build you can possibly do. So it's basically saying, I'm going to get as much lava as possible, and I'm going to make more lings than you and kill you.
Dancing with the drone.
Yeah, waiting for those 300 minerals. Doesn't want to make it in his expansion or hide it, just wants to make it safely in his main. Definitely not going to commit to try and take an expansion. Probably doesn't plan on going very long in this game anyway, so why would he need a second gas? Won't even be going up to lair tech, most likely. Here comes the spawning pool. Now, it'd be interesting to see what exact path he takes. He did go 9 pool after 10 hatch. Now, does he? So he goes drone, then he took gas. Okay.
And Viletomato decide to put this 12 hatch at his natural for the extra gas, but it's harder to defend.
It's harder to defend, exactly. And here's the thing: Tadde has more lava overall.
Yeah, because
So-
it starts early.
Because the hatchery got built quicker,
Okay.
the lava spawn sooner, so
Uh-huh.
you have more lava to use for lings, so you'll have a ling advantage. So if he hits at a crucial timing, he might surprise Viletomato. Now, there's no way that Viletomato can read into this. He's got Overlord scouting the top left, he sees nothing. Overlord scouting to the bottom, he'll see nothing. There's no way he could possibly know there's going to be this many lings coming. And if Tadde wanted to rub salt in the wound, he could send some two or three drones with these Zerglings, and also sunken rush Viletomato.
Oh,
so
yeah.
Even if so it's so tricky. It's so tricky to deal with if you don't know it's coming.
Tadde does pull the drones off of gas now, just with speed alone on the way.
It's just
Yeah,
a,
Predicted, I think a lot of lings are just gonna be coming out. Tadde.
Yeah, it's just going to be the 9 drones mining minerals, enough to continuously pump lings with even some spare minerals left over, so you could sunken rush as well, leaving 7 drones to mine. It's going to pull these.
It is cross map though.
It is cross map, yes. That's the thing. And he's building a song.
Yeah, that's definitely gonna be hard for Tadde to find any damage, I think now.
I'm really impressed that Viletomato is playing the safe.
Yeah, I do like this play from Viletomato. I think as soon as he gets that gas going, he's gonna be at a big advantage.
It's a greedy way of playing initially, especially getting the lair before speed. But I don't mind it, because if he goes lair before speed, then he's less likely to need to make spores. And if he doesn't need to make spores, he wins other matchups as well. And in this situation, because of the playing safe with the sunken, it will enable him to have a stronger chance of holding this. Now, there are still going to be a lot of lings. This is 10 hatch, like I said, guys. Like I said, it's 10 hatch, guys. I ain't messing around. There's 2 control groups of Zerglings about to hit him. I ain't messing
He's
around.
got
He's
to
a lot
put
of
more
links.
drones. He's got to be really careful here.
Yeah, he could have even maybe put an evolution chamber to like kind of Sim City the sunken colony as well, and like really like make it hard to get some surface area here. But with the extra sunken morphing and a third one on the way, I feel like Tadde's maybe gonna hold this easily. And there's no future for Tadde here. It's just gonna be nothing but Ling streaming at these two hatcheries. Maybe even a third hatchery going down eventually.
Yeah, the
So
lair's already done for Viletomato, and there's
I,
no lair even started for Tadde, so this is
what's
pretty all in.
yeah, what's Tadde waiting for? Because all he's gonna do is have slowly more Lings, but now we've got Sunkens finished, and eventually there'll be more. There'll
Yeah,
be more Lings. There'll be
slowly missing out on that timing, I think.
yeah. If Viletomato wanted to, he could just build like an Evo chamber to block, and then it'd be 50 times harder to break this as well.
Right, and then he doesn't even need a micro the link, so you could just have him on the ramp. If you did the Evo.
Yeah, this is tricky. The Spire is on the way, so Tade is going to need an Evo chamber if he wants to even stay in this game. But there's no point because I don't feel like unless he does critical damage to the drones or somehow he could ever hope to play a long game against Viletomato. Now he is all in with these lings. He will go with like 3 or 4 control groups worth of lings at once, but you know it could break him. You know, like in theory, like if
There
Viletomato
we go.
didn't make these additional lings right now, it could break him. But he has to make some additional lings, so he should be safe.
Here
He's got
we
more lings
go.
popping out right now.
He's definitely gonna make an effort to do so.
Yeah, he's going to target down that sunken column. He's also going to free up some surface area, but as you can see, these two are going to do a lot of work, but they're going to get into the main base.
He didn't
He didn't pull the drones at all. He should have pulled the drones maybe from the main and the expansion, because he should have identified it's an all-in build at this point.
Oh no, and the Zerglings
It's
get
not
in.
over yet. He's not over yet. He's got mutas on the way. These two Sunkens are still alive in the expansion. As long as these two Sunkens are alive, he can always keep defending, and he can drill these drones to defend these Sunkens as well. They're in a good position to drill. Now,
Oh, that was a
they're
huge mistake from Viletomato.
yeah, and these Zerglings are going to go into the main base and try and pick up the spawning pool, which still hasn't got speed upgraded. Now, but 2 Mutalisks did get started before that the spy got picked off, so he could just send a Mutalisk across the map to try and pick off drones. Unfortunately, though, Tadde was smart enough to throw down 2 spore colonies right now. He might even.
Oh, he even gets the pool. Oh my god, this is
Huge.
very bad situation for
Now,
Tomato.
here's the thing. Viletomato is going to stabilize because he's got these sunken colonies, and he's going to remake his spire. So this game is going to go on for a while longer because he's kind of abandoned his main base, right? But at the same time, he can't really do much to kill him. He can't kill him with the mutas because they're spores, and Tadde can't kill Viletomato because they're sunkens against his links. Now, here's the weird thing, right? Do you want me to tell you what? Do you know what's so bizarre right now? Is that the correct play is for Viletomato to go mass links and kill Tadde with mass links. That's the play. That's what should happen.
Yeah, because you have no sunken. And
Yes, spores, not sunkens.
yeah. And now I think Viletomato have the advantage because you have 2 bays that can get gas and minerals.
Yeah.
So better saturation.
So because he's probably not going to go for that the all-in link style. One thing also, by the way, with the all-in link style, he can do the sunken push style because even if Tadde turtles with sunkens, he probably won't be able to build the sunkens in a position which will stop a sunken rush. So if he builds this creep card on the right, you build the sunkens on the top. If he builds the sunkens on the left, you build the sunkens on the right. Like there's not much that Tadde would be able to do against an all-in link sunken rush build. But as a follow-up. But instead, we're going to see the longer variation where Viletomato is instead going to use his 2 gas advantage to build up enough mutas that these spores won't actually matter. Now we got a nice little triangle of spores from Tadde. Don't think Viletomato is going to find any damage with these 2 mutas. So I think for now we're just gonna wait to leverage our gas. We need about to break what we see right here. I would say at 11 mutas at least to be comfortable with this. The Spire is quite slow from Viletomato, and he hasn't got that much banked gas. But as far as we know, he's able to make 6 mutas as soon as this spire finishes. So we don't really want to be too risque with our play here. We need to be very careful. So pulling all our mutas is really important. We just want to deny any expansions from any ninja expansions from Tadde, and making sure that we can leverage our 2 gas advantage over him. So even though he's got all these spores to defend, we'll eventually have more and more and more and more and more. So eventually we overwhelm him.
It just really shows you how much Larva really is important in ZVZ. I mean, there's only like a 5 drone difference. There's only like a 1 drone difference earlier, but the supplies is like enormous for Viletomato.
Exactly. But with the spore, you cannot do a lot of things. So
I don't think Tadde just has enough units to really do anything.
Well, he
he's
did
gonna.
He did up for the 12 hatch opening, which is definitely prioritizing economy over everything else. So having these drones is kind of like a good reflection of his mindset, wanting to be a lot more macro orientated and focus on securing an economic lead over his opponent that he can then leverage in a late game transition.
Carapace,
Yeah,
air
and I mean,
Carapace is on the way, by the way, for Viletomato.
Rock, tech, what? Ventral sex, what?
Well, we do have +1 coming for Tadde, but I don't think he's.
I don't think he meant to research ventral sex. I'm pretty sure it'll cancel that when he notices. If he notices, he might not though. Oh, okay, 11 mutas to 5, so that's not going to go well for Tadde. Yeah, already losing 2 of those mutas, down to 4 total. Now these spores will buy him some time. There is no +1 yet for Viletomato. Tadde himself is getting the +1, and Viletomato is getting the carapace now. Because there's now some mutas out, you don't really want to trade mutas versus spores. There's no need to. We have the gas advantage. Oh, look, very big misplay from Tadde there. Basically donating mutas for free. Not only losing 2 mutas there, but also losing the HP on the others. So
Yeah,
now,
and he's already behind on units. He's definitely got to be careful with what he has.
yeah, definitely bruising his mutas enough that now they can't really put up much of a fight. So taking a lot of damage. These 11 mutas really are showing you how much hurt they can put on without really taking too much punishing themselves. Only a few of them bruised, most of them still relatively healthy. More and more mutas being produced, 6 more on the way from Viletomato. Carapace upgrade on the way. He's in no rush to finish the game.
Oh, the economy for Viletomato is really just starting to take off now.
Yeah, 27 drone to 15, that's huge. It's getting a 3rd base as well.
And that 12 o'clock base is definitely going to be super nice to get a 3rd gas.
Well, the one way that Tadde wins this game is that Viletomato commits to killing him and barely isn't able to do so, and trades all the mutas for spores, and then Tadde is able to stabilize enough to put on an attack himself, and
Oh, look
then
at
start
the
killing the drones of Viletomato.
mutas at the bottom left at the 3 o'clock.
Yeah, the 6 mutas here. Now they are going to run into trouble though, so they don't really get a lot done. There's 9 mutas in position to intercept them.
I think that's gonna be the GG now.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's just too much, and he's not going to be able to get even a spore. That's just the insult to injury there. Unfortunately, Tadde going to have to tap out. Non-Viletomato taking the game.
Yeah, GG's called. Well played. Viletomato. Tadde.
So
Yeah, ZVZ is such a complicated matchup unless you really know what you're doing. It's really hard to navigate.
Was a nice play from Tadde in the beginning. I think he definitely caught Viletomato a little bit off guard, and Viletomato made the mistake of letting all those lings in, and he was able to recover, and well played Viletomato.
Yeah.
So we're moving on with group 35 now. So it's supposed to be a higher skill level. the number of the group higher it is, usually higher the skill level of the player are. So we're gonna see how it goes. I think it's gonna be a TVZ this time. We're gonna see pretty soon. No, it's PVZ, sorry.
Yeah, I think there's also the wrong graphic, by the way, on the stream. The names seem to be wrong on the lineup. Maybe I'm mistaken.
Well, here's a player I'm familiar with, Nagnar.
Yeah. Pretty decent Zerg, I think he's B rank.
I've
Thank-
been helping Nagnar out a little bit with some Zerg tips.
Thank you for the follow, Strain Chris. Strain Kiss.
Nice.
Now, when was this game played exactly? Is this from the first preseason week or the second preseason week?
It's first week, because since week 2 is not done
Right.
yet, I was unable to get enough replays, so I picked from week number 1.
Yeah, okay.
As I say earlier,
Broadcast.
we're not gonna cast all the replays from both group because it would have been too much. But I'm trying to give a highlight for at least one of each of the players from that both groups. So
Thanks, Poutine, for having us. It's really nice.
yeah,
Okay,
thank
so
you for.
we got a overpool.
And we got a Forge.
Now, probably the two most common openings in this matchup, I would say.
Yeah,
We saw this pretty.
yeah, it's the third time already.
Yeah, I was gonna say we did see it pretty often earlier on.
Yeah. Well, the reason for the overpool being, even though it's not the most economic or aggressive of builds, it does allow you to safely secure your expansion without really losing any economy. Whereas if you go for the hatchery first, if the Protoss player puts on pressure with Zealots early, if you lose a single drone, it negates the advantage of even going 12 hatch to begin with. So you're better off going pool first.
That makes sense. It's drones go down super fast as Zealots too, so that could definitely be a bit risky.
Yeah, especially as newer players, not able to keep your drones alive early game can be really frustrating. So just going for that early pool can be a really good strategy for new players to learn. I recommend all Zerg players that are learning to learn the overpool style first.
Yeah, I think in out video F2S rank, this is what he teaches as well.
Okay.
It's infinitely safer.
Yeah. So we got the third hatch at the mineral only from Nagnar. Oh, and look at that wall from Azhi. I'm not sure like it. Where is I don't think the gateway fits there. Am I wrong?
The gateway fits there. But there's not a wall though.
Yeah.
The gateway fits, but it's not a wall. As in underneath the pylon, you mean the gateway wall?
Yeah.
No, the gateway fits, it's just not a wall.
Yeah. Not sure like it.
No, there's 3 holes, right? Unless I'm mistaken. Can the... Maybe I'm crazy. I'm pretty sure there's 3 holes.
I think you're right as well. Well, maybe the pylon at the top location will block though.
Yeah,
Not
maybe
sure.
the top one is actually tight because
Yeah,
of the
wall.
doodad of the yeah. Hang on about it. Thinking about it, yeah, the top might be tight. 'Cause it does the doodad does meet with the top of the pylon nicely.
I think maybe.
Doodad does.
It is flush. It is flush. It is a doodad. I have you know. If you open up the map editor, it is a doodad. I was using the scientific terms.
It's a tongue twister if I was ever do see One, try saying that 10 times fast.
So there's 2 idle drone at the third base. Lair is
Okay.
on the way, just starting. Fort hatch almost done.
Yeah. Now, 4 hatch is like the kind of minimum infrastructure you need as a Zerg player to go into the mid game with. 5 hatcheries are probably a bit more common, but 4 hatchery is the more aggressive variant.
Oh god, he trapped a probe right under the cyber.
And it is going to be 5
Oh,
hatch Hydra, not 4 hatch.
he
So,
was able to get out.
oh, and the Overlord's going to sneak into the expansion. Has to be a little bit careful there. Like at risk of dying if he reacts a few seconds too slow there.
Was close. Stargate on the way with the Citadel of Adun. +1 all done for Azhi.
The interesting thing about games like StarCraft is that your reaction time is squared because say your Overlord is running towards the danger of the cannon. It's not just the 2 seconds delay of reacting, it's the fact that it then has to run an extra 2 seconds to make back that ground. So you've lost 4 seconds for your 2 seconds delay.
Yeah, because of
Yeah,
the
that's
movement.
definitely well put.
Nice micro from the Zealots.
Great micro from the Zealot. Ooh, just barely not losing that Zealot there. 2 hit points, and if you keep this alive
Yeah.
at the back, that's going to be annoying. Only 3 Hydras at the front, no Sunken to defend this, so it's going to back off though. Doesn't want to lose these Zealots for free. There's no legs upgrade yet. Ooh, nice little pickup from Nagnar there, identifying the low HP Zealot just to snipe it real quick.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, no, but this is 5 hatchery production.
Oh,
so...
and the Corsair sniped the Overlord inside the main.
Okay, well that's great because that is actually going to supply block Nagnar. He's on 45 out of 45. Only 2 Overlords on the way and he's got to wait for them to build. So that's not a happy day for him because...
Oh, and that's annoying.
Yeah,
so
it
much
is.
lava. It's like, they've got like all this lava sitting around. If you've got 3 lava and you're not spending it, well then you're wasting units. That's lava you're never going to get back again because you're not producing any more. You've got 6 lava at your third base not doing anything.
And also he researched lurker aspect first, and now he can't morph lurkers until those overlords pop.
That's why it's so good to pick off overlords, and also as a Zerg player, make sure you maybe sometimes make a surplus of overlords so that if 1 or 2 do get sniped, it's not that big a deal.
I like that the Evo Chamber pop, and as soon as it pop, he upgrade the range weapon for Hydra. He didn't waste any second.
Yeah, that's exactly how you want to play. Another thing you'll see a lot of players do is they'll hotkey their upgrade building even as it's building, so that they can keep checking the progress of it while microing. So say if I'm microing my muters and I'm waiting for my Evo chamber to finish to make Carapace, while I'm microing my muters, I can keep tapping my key and check their progress, and I know exactly when to press the time. And I don't even have to look at it. I can just go 4C and build my Carapace upgrade.
Oh, that's a greedy third though. 8-minute marks.
8-minute third on 4 gateways. Usually you take your third on.
That's
Okay,
really greedy.
It's greedy, but it's not uncommon. Now, as Protoss, you have 2 schools of thoughts. You can either try and take your base with. He's going to pick off these Hydras as well.
Yeah.
If you either want to take your third with 5 gates, or go up into 8 gates and then take your third later on. But as it stands, it seems like he's going for the 5 gate variation. Now he has built a lot more gateways behind this, so he's kind of doing both. He's trying to expand and go into 8 gate production.
Thank you for the follow,
Oh,
Storm.
could this be an OV drop in the main of Protoss?
I think he faked it.
I think it's a fake it. I think he's,
Oh.
it's just a little fake out because he wants to run into the front and snipe off stuff at the third base, but unfortunately he doesn't even know.
Oh, that would have been nice if they did have some lurkers in there, because there's no cannons in the main at all.
Yeah. This is one thing I tell people is if you're going to play Zerg, if you plan on staying on Lair Tech for a while, get OV drop, because Lair Tech is great, especially if you're doing mass Hydra style, But if you're going Hydra Lurk, then the drop upgrades are really nice because while the Protoss player is distracted, you can just sneak a few Lurkers in these mineral lines and it can basically win you the game sometimes. You don't even need to commit that many units, just like 1 or 2 Lurkers. It's like a storm drop for Zerg.
Especially if you did the 2 locations at once, kind of how they do the Terran sometimes, you could get value, it would seem.
Yeah, that's how I like to do it when I'm playing better and I feel more confident to do that kind of thing. You want to basically hit both locations at once so they can't transfer, or if they do transfer, it kills more probes. And also you want to do it while distracting them so that they've got more locations to bounce around between, so it makes them as distracted as possible and forces them to be unable to defend their other expansions that you're also attacking. Because your ground army should probably be hitting his 3rd base while he's moving back to try and clean up the lurkers.
I'm not sure I like the SimCity from Azhi. He could have put way more gates if he would have made it more symmetrical. His
Yeah, there
waves.
is a little bit of wasted space, for
Yeah, it
sure.
is.
Now I think one method he could have used is the having like 3 pylons in a vertical line and then 4 gateways on either side, and he could have neatly placed them together and maybe get
Yep.
more in.
Also, there's not a whole lot of observers out for Protoss yet. I mean, he has one.
Yeah,
but
you have one. And you have a probe ready to take a fort at the 3 o'clock. Oh, he's gonna move out and get the base behind that at 3 o'clock.
Some Corsairs being annoying at
Yeah.
9 o'clock, killing a few overlords. Ooh, the army moving in now. Now there's a lot of Protoss units here, +2 attack upgrades, so as long as he can keep this army together and keep storming, I mean, this could be a big threat for the Zerg to deal with. A lot of lurkers dying.
That's true. I mean, if you have a lot of storms, maybe you don't need as many observers as long as you can
Yep.
land those storms, but...
Oh, nice lurker placement though.
the
Oh, he needs to storm.
observer does go down, but look at all these storms on the lurkers.
He needs to
Doesn't
storm.
quite clear him up.
Yeah, I think he's storming.
You see him losing those High Templars to the Lurkers? That's why you need to just throw down the storms, because otherwise the Lurkers are going to kill your Zealots and High Templars. Just throw
Oh,
down
he does force a retreat from the Protoss, so I think this came out Zerg favored so far. Would you agree? Zerg's doing a pretty good job, at least, of holding on.
Yeah, he's sniping the Eye Templar as well,
Well,
so that's
he
pretty
has
good.
he has as many hatcheries as gateways, so I'd say he's doing pretty good, especially with having 64 drones instead of 58 pros. More drones than probes,
Yeah.
I'd say he's doing pretty darn good.
This is not what you want to see as a Protoss.
Not at all. He's even got multiple Evo chambers now, pumping more attack upgrades, more carapace upgrades. 2-1 about to finish for the Zerg. I just don't see how the Prospect's going to handle holding on much longer. I mean, the Zerg's taking a 12 o'clock base as well. It's going to be a 5 base Zerg. I mean, it's just crazy. The only thing that the Prospect has going for him is the fact that the Zerg is still on lair tech.
Yeah, I don't know why I feel like a drop would just be so good for the Zerg.
Yeah,
Could
the
take
Doom
out
drop.
those gateways, those pylons.
Fort is up and running, by the way, for Azhi. So he's gonna be good for the late game.
It's like a pretty nice defense from Zerg overall. He's got lurkers at the expansions and overlords where they need to be, even the spore colony.
He has got +3 attack upgrade on this army as well, so it's pretty scary. Ooh, these nicely positioned lurkers going to butter the bread all over these Zealots, taking a lot of damage, but they are going to get into position. Storms go down, big cluster of units getting stormed, and there's a lot of Protoss army, but there's also a fairly decent concave setup. The Protoss is just moving through the Zerg, but...
Oh, we gotta get these lings in here.
There's just Yeah, he needs to get the lings in there, but I think more importantly is that he's bleeding off too many units. I don't think he's trading well enough. I think Zerg players can overwhelm him gradually. It's just too much macro. 74 drones worth of income just pouring in. More and more units. Now he's technically got more supply. He technically can leverage this army to a winning position, but the problem is that with this many units streaming in, morphing Archon's not quite going to be ready in time, and more units forced into retreat, and then the morphing Archons get focused down. It's just not great for him.
16 kill Archon. Oh, 21.
He needs to save these units as well. He needs to rejoin with the rest of his army. Okay, he's got the rest of his army here now. This isn't too bad. He can overwhelm the Zerg here. He can do this. He can do this. He can do this. If you can rejoin your army again like that, then you can still do it.
Yeah, wave after wave.
Yeah, as long as your army can keep
I
rejoining.
think he's gonna make it.
The Zerg player is not making enough units right now. This is the problem that most Zerg players have, is that you get to a phase where you feel like you're comfortable and that you've got a one game, but then you didn't make enough units and the Pros player made them a rather surprising amount of army to kill you.
Yeah, it did kind of seem that way, to be honest, and all of a sudden now the Zerg doesn't seem to have enough units, like you said.
Yeah, it's really tricky to play Zerg versus Pros. You really have to be on top of your macro and make a shit ton of units AK. Like, I can't state this enough. Like in ZVT, you can kind of get away with not making enough units, because like a few lurkers and Dark Swarm you can defend or whatever, right? But in PvP, it's like you have to make a ton of units just to trade evenly. So you have to be really good at your macro just to do okay, and then you have to be exceptionally good to do well.
Yeah, and I guess we are kind of seeing that. I mean, as Protoss, just the reinforcement after reinforcement is just really hammering down on the Zerg.
He's building his 5th base as well behind that. I mean, that's the way to go. Make a big push, you still macro behind that. Get head even. Nice lurker egg though. But I think it's too much damage.
Yeah. No. He's gonna buy a little bit of time, but really I think the writing's on the wall now for our Zerg player Nagnar. There's not much he can really do from here. It's just too much Protoss hanging out on the map right now. I'm sure this will be a bit of a frustrating loss for Nagnar. No Zerg wants to really lose this way, where you feel like you've got the game and all of a sudden you get overwhelmed.
And that's it. GG.
It's a really frustrating loss for Nagnar, but a really well played execution from Azhi, showing just how powerful Pros can be.
Indeed, well played, with just being very patient, waiting for the right time to strike, and it looks like he found a sweet spot. So. Played.
Okay, so we're gonna have another PVZ, then there's 3 games left, so PVZ and 2 more games after that.
Okay.
There we go. So we got Nagnar back at the top right corner. That's the red Zerg player. And we got MoOnrai at the bottom left. I had to find a group with at least one non-member.
Now, MoOnrai has been switching to Terran lately, but he was... Oh wait, sorry. MoOnrai was considering switching to Protoss, but I believe the main reason is he likes to race pick PvT because he doesn't like playing TvT. but he was considering switching to Protoss full time. So I think we're going to see some Protoss games out of him, but generally speaking, I think he's learning to play Terran again.
Yeah, I think so. I've seen his Terran and it's pretty solid.
Yeah, I think he was wanting to play Protoss and learn Protoss, but he's realizing that he's a better Terran player at heart. And he actually is. Like, I've seen him play some of his TVZs lately. He's really
Mhm.
strong. I mean, we've actually been calling him the Black Flash recently.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
why he
it's a
changed
pretty
his
good
name.
thing.
Yeah, he changed his name to Black Flash. And you know what? He actually does have that feel sometimes when you play against him, where he just does that little bit extra that some Terrans doesn't. Like, say you're trying to take an expansion with a drone, and there's one single Marine sniping it, even though you've got Lings to try and defend it, and he barely gets it with one shot. Or you try and attack his third base with ultras, and he's got like a medic blocking the ramp with a few Marines defending it. And you're like, what? Like, he's already in position to do this. Sometimes he's just got that little bit of extra flair that some Terrans don't. So you do sometimes wonder if maybe Black Flash isn't too far from the reality there.
So he's gonna scout Nagnar and see the pull timing.
Hmm.
And only one egg.
Now it's going to be more or less the same build, except we're going to see a much faster Nexus from MoOnrai. So
Yeah,
a little bit of Protoss greed.
it's going with the forge.
Now there's only one pair of Lings, and they are going to be chasing this probe. Now, as long as the cannons are started more or less when the Zerglings are still in the main, then you're probably fine.
Yeah, he
And
is.
cross map, that's even more so the case.
Okay, so Nagnar turn around with the drone, saving it. Pretty good.
Yeah, the drone has seen everything he needs to see. He knows
Uh-huh.
more or less exactly what he's up against and dealing with. Now he needs that drone back home to add to his economy again. 3 hatcheries being
Yep.
thrown down. Why is that not at the... what?
So it's gonna be 2 bays right now.
What? Why is that a macro hatchery? Has he... what? I must have missed something.
What do you mean?
Why did he make his 3rd hatchery at his natural?
Would I prefer at the 9 o'clock? I mean 12 or 3?
Oh, sorry guys. Alright, let me explain what happened here. He doesn't know if the Protoss player is choosing him or not. So I think he's chosen to make this 3rd hatchery at his natural, so that if it was a proxy gateway or a 2-gate in base, that he wouldn't be as vulnerable. Whereas if he took this 3rd base and had to sacrifice it, then he's a bit unhappy. Whereas making this hatchery now, he has time to cancel it if he wants to, and is also able to consolidate his defenses into the natural rather than risking transferring drones and defending multiple locations at once. So yeah, basically a lack of intel has forced him into slight issues in optimization, but he did scout him with the drones,
Yeah.
so I don't know why.
Maybe it's
he
part of
decided-
his build order.
Yeah, I don't know, but I feel like after seeing that with his drone, though, he should identify that he doesn't need to do that anymore. Maybe I'm crazy, but well.
Okay, so 2 more gates are put inside the main of MoOnrai. And Cyber as well.
Yeah, okay, so this cybernetics is a little on the slower side of things.
Yeah.
Is it not?
Yeah, it is.
So
It is, and usually you save some money to get Citadel or Stargate. Instead, he went with 3 gateway into the main. So I guess it's gonna make a push with a lot of zealots.
But right now, MoOnrai's in the dark as to exactly what's going on, but
Okay, so Stargate is up now.
yeah, with the Stargate going down, he's going to want to make a Corsair to send out a scout. Spy does go down, and with the Spy going down before the Stargate's finished, I mean, I worry a little bit for crossplay here if mining second gas already.
Oh, I like that
feel
there's a second
I-
group of zealots running to them.
I feel like we're gonna go mute a Scourge or something here because we're mining 2 gases.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe this is a fake 4-hatch Hydra play into muter. I'm not exactly sure what the thought process this is, but nice drill onto the
Yeah.
Sunken, trying to stop these Zealots from getting the Sunken colony. Sunken down to 100 HP, both Zealots still hitting away at it, and it might go down, but the drones just barely forced the other Zealot away, and it won't go down at all. 43 HP remaining with another Zealot maybe coming in to finish it off. Oh no, he's going to probably rightfully turn around those Zealots, even though there's actually not a lot of lings. So there's a low HP Sunken and only 2 lings. He could have put a lot of damage on that expansion had he only known that he was droning up.
So he put down
That's a
some cannon
Pretty
at the
nice
natural.
ground drill.
Yeah.
So he might be aware of the mutas coming because he's throwing down 2 cannon at his natural. Or he might expect that since he didn't see any Hydra.
Well, yeah, here's the thing, right? He saw the fast gas build, but there's no pressure yet.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the pressure should be soon. So, where's the pressure? Now he's probably thinking, oh, okay, you're probably making mutas or something.
Yeah, there's already some
Ooh.
6,
Yeah,
7.
7,
8.
8.
Oh no, they're gonna get sniped. Oh, he's safe. Okay, you got 3 Corsair at home. By the way, maybe you should bring them. Don't you think?
Well, no, he can't, right? Because you can't move out with Corsairs before you have 6 with +1.
Yeah, 5
or the
plus
very least 6. Yeah.
5 and +1 or 6 without +1.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, 5 and +1 or 6. It's just too risky otherwise because you can't afford to lose these Corsairs to a Scourge and such.
Yeah.
If they do get caught by mutas, the mutas will just chase them down and kill them while with moving shots. So this way you want to keep them hitting in your main base for a while.
Does have a lot of mutas.
Yeah. And some lings around the map.
Now with these mutas, you can get on top of these goons actually and just kill all the goons. Goons straight up lose to mutas, so if they're Scourge to zone out the Corsairs, then the goons always lose. Now because there's Corsairs here, so you gotta be careful. You could in theory like split these
Like he
mutes
does.
up. But
Yeah.
he doesn't need to, he just needs to harass him and be annoying. Maybe wait for some Scourge if he wants to keep going mutas. I don't know why you didn't make more Scourge, by the way. Like when you're going mass mutas like this and you know he's got, you should get a few Scourge to help deal with the Corsairs. Then he could bully these goons really easily. He's gonna split off his mutas to try and trade with the Corsairs a little bit desperately, but does get the split. The Zealots are getting on top of the Sunkens and the Hydra's doing a lot of damage, so he's gonna start penetrating the defaces of Nagnar. Nagnar desperately pulling his drones to try and defend, but I'm not sure it's gonna be enough.
Oh, and there's some zealots coming to the 3 o'clock as well. But there's a lot of Sunken there.
a lot of sunkens there to turtle and fortify that position, so he's gonna get 1 or 2 sunkens, but probably not gonna kill it. As for the rest, we see only 26 drones in total now, so half the economy of MoOnrai. MoOnrai looking really good shape in this game. Any damage he's doing is going to be really long lasting, so even if he doesn't kill the Zerg, this is great.
Yeah, and he's sniping some Overlord right now, which is good.
This is why Zealots there is so strong. While the Hydras are busy trying to deal with the Zealots, the Sayers are running around causing mayhem and supply blocking you. No, it's not like Nagnar's a rich man. Imagine having to remake all these Overlords. Each one's 100 minerals.
Oh, the Scourge got in though. Okay, so third base is in big of trouble right now.
Yeah, the sunken does go down, and now it's just drones going down to Protoss, and
Yeah, and
MoOnrai has done it.
they cannot fight versus Zealots. And
Yeah,
meanwhile,
it's
he's getting his own third at the 9 o'clock, so...
Yeah, I think even though technically Nagnar might stabilize for a few more seconds, there's not really anything going on besides maybe staying in the game a few more minutes. He's only got 16 drones to 57 probes, so eventually will not be able to trade units anymore.
Yeah, and losing 3 hatch is pretty huge as well. I mean, half his production is out. So there's a GG.
GG. Nagnar unable to take that game from MoOnrai, just a little bit too much Protoss to handle.
Yeah, unfortunately, didn't have enough Scourge with those mutas, and
Yeah.
Yeah,
didn't have an answer for the Corsair.
The 10 mutas is fine, but you need to get some more Scourge to zone out the Sayers, otherwise they can just trade off and then you can't dominate the ground.
Right, he didn't get enough value out of those mutas that he really could have, I think.
Yeah, they
Give
would have
me...
traded all of those goons easily.
I'm gonna start a game, you can talk, I'm just gonna go to the bathroom real quick for 1 minute, so the game will be on. It's a TVZ by the way, so it's your matchup.
Alright. We're gonna argue with that.
Who'd we have here, okay?
In the bottom left here, we got IRK Advil, Blue Terran. In the top right, we got Red Nagnar again. Cross map TVZ this time. If the Terran player goes mech, then it might be similar matchup to what we just saw.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing a mech game. I do like when Terrans go mech, and I've always said to newer Terran players, like, don't feel like you have to play bio, you know. It's not always the easiest thing to do, and mech is just as strong. It's just that a higher elo of play. The pros have decided that bio is a more higher win percent of a build. So, though the thing is though, AK, let's just say something, yeah. That only is for AK. Let's see a wall in, by the way, wall in time. Do you not think that newer players need to realize that just because the pros do something doesn't necessarily mean that they should, because they can't necessarily execute what a pro gamer can do. So just because a pro gamer thinks that something's good or better doesn't necessarily mean that it's better for the amateur player, you know? Maybe a mech is a stronger build for the amateur
Yeah, I
player.
mean, I definitely agree. You gotta kind of just take bits and pieces here and there and kind of really expect to play a perfect game like the pros do, but...
Okay, I'm back by the way.
Got him.
I said I'm back.
Welcome
You
back.
can...
Oh, welcome back.
You can continue.
Alrighty, well, we got a little wall in from Advil here. Now, this position isn't as easy to wall in as the others. The bottom right base is actually the best position to wall for turn. You can get a nice little Mickey Mouse wall in with the supply depot for ears and the barracks in the middle. But he's going to go for a pretty decent wall in with a one pixel gap at the top, which he can block with an SUV or Marines if he has to. Probably going to be throwing down this command center at 17, 18, maybe 19. I can't remember the exact timing. It depends on how much he cuts. If he does, I don't think he does cut right though, so he goes up to 18, 19 before he builds the command center. Zerg player, just doing a standard 2-hatch build by the looks of it. We're going to get a 3-minute lair. 302 is the best timing to start that lair. Enables you to get a lava out just as the lair finishes. Additional, there you go, see 302. So what that means is that when his lair finishes, there'll not only be a natural lava from the lava cycle finishing, but the lair finishing will also cause a lava to spawn. So you essentially get a whole lava for free by timing it up and synchronizing it like that. Nice little optimization, starting the lair at 302.
Yeah, I know that you're working hard on that optimization.
Yeah, it's very important. The problem is that I'm doing that timing while also doing a more aggressive opening, so it's a lot harder to squeeze out that layer at 302 when you're doing an aggressive opening with speed upgrade as well. Because that 302 timing that I'm doing, Escalade, is with going speed before layer, with Zerglings before layer.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's hard to optimize, let's put it that way. Requires a lot of mineral boosting and precision. But anyway, small SUV transfer to the expansion. Now, you always want to transfer, I would say, a minimum of about 5 SUVs.
Yeah, 5 or 6.
Yeah, 5 or 6 tends to be the golden number as long as your timings on your command center is good. Same with Nexus. When you build an expansion, you want to slide in 5 or 6 probes into that expansion as soon as possible.
That's a huge supply depot wall.
Now this might hurt him against mutas actually, I'm thinking, because this chunky wall like this could be exploited a little bit by the mutas, and he could bounce shots from the top supply depot with the mutas to bounce onto the Marines and stuff.
And I think it prevents some turret placement. I mean, there's not a lot of place to put down the turrets.
It does definitely make the area more susceptible. And with if you look where the comsat comes out, you notice how there's like a 1 pixel gap between the bottom depot and the comsat. Well, now it's going to be very difficult for him to squeeze in Marines up there to defend with the only other location he can get up there being the mineral line, so the Marines either get stuck in the mineral line or between the comsat and the depot, funneling into the mutas. They're giving him an easy way of trading off. So yeah, not a very great position against mutas, but Advil moving over to the Nagar's expansion now, keeping him honest by showing him the Marines and making sure that he is going to build the 2 Sunkens, because if he doesn't build the 2 Sunkens, that we can just kill him just before the mutas finish. Now, mutas are spawning out.
Yeah,
have 5 mutas with 2 on the way, so that's going up to 7.
He doesn't have enough. He didn't have enough Marines to break 2 Sunkens, right? How many do you need?
Well, in theory he does, but then there's not enough Marines left over and the mutas finish, so there's no point in trading the Marines into the
so
Sunkens.
No big point to doing that.
Yeah, otherwise like these Marines would just die right now for free because there wouldn't be enough left over. Whereas now he can kill 2 mutas like that. That was a really good target firing there from Advil, manually targeting individual mutas, taking that muta count down from 7 to 5.
Yeah, that's good. Nice Tim.
Now, I don't see a +1 yet from Advil. I think that's a mistake. His +1 still hasn't started.
Or maybe he's gonna switch to
I hope so.
mech maybe, because the factory is going down.
Wait a minute.
And only 2 barracks. Oh no, 3, 4 barracks. So yeah, +1 is probably a little bit late.
This is really late. He still hasn't taken it. Maybe he thinks it is. Maybe it's a slight mistake here, and he thought he did push the button, and as Artosis would say, it didn't make. Didn't make.
It's definitely very possible.
Very active with his stims, Advil. Very on the ball with keeping an eye on his Marines with that 300 APM, making sure the muters don't trade them off for free. There are 7 muters out on the map, a few lings as well. Total of 10 muters soon, as these other 3 move into link up. So this little muter link pincer attack on the 12 o'clock will clear up these 6 Marines very, very efficiently.
Oh, Lings and Mutas. It's a deadly combo.
Yeah, it not only messes with the AI of the bio, but you know makes the turn player forced into decision making that really are unoptimal. Because do you try and run away from the lings while the muters are shooting you? Do you just stand still and die? Do you target the muters? Like, what do you do?
Yeah. And if you target the mutas and you don't kill it, the lings are still alive, so you didn't get any value.
Hatchery gonna go down at the 3 o'clock location for Nagnar, but SUV is gonna see that.
Yeah.
Little SUV scout from Advil. He does have a pretty healthy economy of 40 SUVs to 25 drones, but that might change very soon as the 2 turrets go down in the natural for Advil. These muters now starting to take down all the turrets.
Oh
Great
yeah,
muters
they
from
found
Nagnar.
kind of a sweet spot there.
Now flying into the main base with only a single turret remaining, being really annoying. If he can snipe the science vessel SUV, would be huge as well. Oh, he does get it. That's
He did.
huge.
Killing the turret as well.
He does notice and sends another SUV to build that science facility, so that's not too bad. He does get it going, but yeah, any kind of delay is annoying. It also ruins the flow of.
Not sure about the 2 fire bats there.
No. Well.
I think it's a misclick.
I think it's a mistake. I don't think it's intentional, but
Yeah.
it does hurt a bit, especially with this many lings right now.
Yeah,
Those 2 fire bats could have been crucial.
you would have need them.
Yeah, I'm really sad that he didn't do that, because if he had these 2 fire bats in his choke, like the value of these lings are infinitely lower.
Or inside the bunker he's about to make. So.
Yeah. And he's probably not going to even remake the fire bats now either. Unless he sees the amount of lings that are waiting for him to.
Oh, we got Lurker. That's going at the 3 o'clock location. Okay, so +1 is done, but no following up into the upgrades.
Yeah.
On Nagnar finding another sweet spot, getting even more damage done. But he's not even able to mine his natural very efficiently.
Oh, that lonely marine got a kill.
Just now taken his carapace upgrade, so in theory could turn this into a longer game with the Defiler switch, but he doesn't necessarily have to do that. He could finish the game with me at lane, but with these spider foes are really annoying for Advil to get in and out of his expansion area here. Oh, Almost feel like he should just kill that depot. I don't know. Maybe in the bunker at this point, but use it right now. And he's maybe overstimming a little bit on some of these Marines and not enough on the full HP Marines, so losing a lot to the mutiling.
Yeah, but in the end, he raised the threat.
Oh, it does reset the army for Zerg.
Yeah, he have like 7 drones doing nothing at the natural. Okay, there you see it. I think they've been there for a while. Oh, Science vessel.
Advil is playing pretty well. Um, he's on top of his upgrades now. Oh, he would have missed the second.
There are
Okay,
some
but
lurkers getting stacked up in the expansion, which is going to make it a bit slower to break through the irradiates because he has to irradiate these lurkers one at a time. Bit
Yeah.
annoying.
Oh, Scourge.
Oh, Scourge and they get a good vessel too. 120 energy on that vessel.
Oh,
Great pick up,
that's
but
a
it's
nice
more
pickup
Scourge.
from
Oh no!
Nagnar.
Oh
And
no!
another one.
Both.
Oh no, that's
Oh,
not what we
wow.
want.
Okay, that's really bad.
It is.
Unfortunately, that's not what the Advil wanted at all there. That's gonna be what Nagnar needs to really make this game painful for Advil. He's gonna soon have consume, gonna have plenty of units to defend. We've got a healthy economy, 47 drones. Usually Zerg is scrambling for defense, but in this position we're actually rather comfortable.
Oh, and we got the fighter with consume.
Yeah, with less irradiates to throw out the
Oh
Nagnar.
no, he needs
Getting a
to
little
move
bit
back.
brave. Oh, he needs to move the Marines!
Ooh, that was close.
Yeah.
Good job. That was close. Good job pulling back the vessels, not getting taken out by any additional Scourge. He has got more and more Scourge at the ready. I feel like Nagnar's stabilized with way too much economy. He just got so many drones.
Oh, and he got Nidus Canal at his 3 o'clock location, so maybe he will be able to do a backstab or something. What do you think?
I think it's definitely a good option, especially if he does get the small contain on him.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna. It could help him break it even. Just gets a
Oh,
nice
he
surround on
got
the army,
another
but he keeps
one.
losing vessels.
Yeah.
He keeps losing vessels, and so I think this is slowly getting better for Zerg. If he keeps just whittling down the vessel account, he's gonna be able to get some dark swarms and plagues on top of this army.
Yeah, he's getting prepared. The fighter on the way. He's gonna put the Dark Storm pretty soon. There we go.
The Lurkers, Dark Storm goes down, forcing this bio off of this high ground position.
And there goes the one irradiate that Terran has.
+2 weapons did just finish for the Terran, so 2-1 upgrades on these Marines now against the 1 armor of Nagnar.
Oh, and Advil secure a 3rd base behind that. I didn't see that.
Yeah, that's gonna be a nice little bit, but I think if Zerg needs to push, it's the time to do it right now. Terran only has a few vessels and it's done a pretty good job cleaning them up so far. I think if he moves out here, Terran could even lose his 3rd base.
I think he's gonna lose another vessel pretty soon. Look at that.
Yeah, he's gonna just pull a little bio force
no,
here if he's not
doesn't go
careful. Oh, so many medics might go down. Yeah, he's losing quite a lot of his army unnecessarily there. Doesn't need to be just hanging out on the map for no reason. If he can consolidate his forces and maybe keep sniping gas units, find the defilers, buy time, maybe he's gonna stabilize. I feel like it's really dangerous right now. If these defilers get to that expansion, it might be over for him. Oh wait, he gets the defiler!
Ooh, one defiler gets sniped. That's a nice snipe from Advil.
Might be just what he needs. If he keeps whittling down these defilers, he might.
Oh, here comes
Ooh,
another
huge
one.
plague!
Oh, good plague. That was a really nice plague.
A lot of Marine have been cocking that.
And with the Hydro Lurker defiler play, very, very aggressively going to be making his way downtown with these Dark Swarm or Clouds of Orange Death, and these Lurkers being really a nightmare for Advil to handle for the Dark Swarm cover.
Lots of good lurker spines right there.
Yeah. He got another science vessel, by the way.
It's a beautiful day when you're one-shotting vessels. That plague proving invaluable, allowing the Hydralisk to not only kill all the Marines for one shot apiece, but also take out the vessels instantly as well.
It's so annoying. It's only 3 lurkers under that Dark Swarm, but he can just hold that position.
Now 2-1 is finished for the Zerg, so 2 Carapace and 1 attack upgrade is done. As long as we can keep streaming units down here and keep replacing the defilers as they get radiated, I'm pretty sure
there's
really
only
painful.
1 vessel here with the army, and it has no radiate.
Oh,
Comes the Dark Swarm.
it's gonna go down.
Yeah, this science vessel is a glorified chess piece. As these Zerg units move up into this high ground position, more and more Dark Swarms being leapfrogged forward. Now going to slowly get on top of this command center and deny the mining at the 3rd base.
Oh, and this is the move that Zerg's been waiting for.
Yeah, he needs to get on top of the SCVs and start denying the mining as soon as possible, because if he can dry up the Terran as he's mining out his main and his expansion at this stage, then the Terran just won't be able to keep up with the production. I mean, we're mass expanding. We got 12 o'clock on the way, top left on the way. We've already got our 3 gases secure. We got Nidus, we got our main and we got our expansion and our 3rd linked up. Doesn't matter if he's got Marines out on the map to deny our movements if we got Nidus canals. Lurkers moving out from their natural now to try and bully away this M&M force. Lurkers go down. Will they get a...
Oh, big volley.
God damn, that's a lot of blood.
Indeed.
Or Marine medics.
Those Lurkers splitting that Bioforce in half.
Oh, we got BC.
Meanwhile, BC's trying their best to clear up danger at the mineral-only Dark Swarm. Going to buy enough time, though, to even deny mining as long as possible at its 3rd base. So, really oversaturated natural. I've never seen so many SCVs all stuck in one base right now. These SCVs look like
really
refugees from the third base. I mean, they've got nowhere to go.
Yeah, exactly. And this pressure from Zerg is really nice. Done a really good job of getting those Dark Swarms in there and keeping these Lurkers alive.
Oh, and he's going to pick off the 3rd command center as well. Advil doesn't notice the Lings are going targets.
Oh, unfortunate.
And these BCs are doing a lot of work and trading off some Hydras and doing damage, but really he's just losing too much, and Zerg's going to continuously get more economy and more hatcheries, and eventually the Terran player will not be able to keep up production anymore. But with these BCs, I feel like he will buy time. The Zerg player hasn't got a lot of gas right now, and dumping resources into killing these battle cruisers isn't ideal.
It's definitely very close at this point.
Yeah,
Early.
but Advil is on a timer right now because
Absolutely.
only mining from his natural is not super great.
Yes, he needs a base, 100%.
Yeah, he's remaking that CC on location at the mineral only. Unfortunately, got to wait a couple of minutes for that to be finished. Now Zergling streaming in from the east, swarms going down with a couple of lurkers, but
Lots of fire
bats.
Lovely fire bats clearing up links under the dark swarms. The fire bats do splash damage only under Dark Swarms, so they're not the best, but they.
Yeah, one of the few units that can do damage under Dark Swarm at least.
Yeah, for Terran.
Yeah, anything with splash damage can do damage on a Dark Swarm, but usually that's like limited to tanks and fire bats.
Right. And I mean, now he has at least, he has a few vessels, so hopefully he won't die to any like Dark Swarm, but it's definitely on a time limit.
Okay, so CC is up. Need to transfer a bunch of SCV there. Meanwhile, Nagnar getting a lot of map control and lots of base behind that. Oh, I'm not sure about these two science vessels going at T12 o'clock all alone. Especially knows there's some Hydra, but he got one Defiler. So not that bad.
Yeah, maybe they were looking for a little razor trick there, trying to get some easy drone kills, but probably not the wisest of decisions with the amount of Hydras that are out on the map. It's going to be trying to trade off against these this slightly weakened force, but the Lurker going to get a lot of value there, cleaning up the bio that's trying to move up to push back the Zerg force, but there's not enough units here for Nagnar either. He has to be careful. Wants to make sure he can consolidate his forces now. Advil's spreading himself a little thin by having these little pockets of units pushing out forward. He needs to but he needs to keep his marines alive so that these 7 vessels don't get picked off easily.
Yeah, I think he need to defend instead of trying to push.
Yeah, fortunately, Nagnar gonna let these other 2 vessels in the middle of the map get down and out with 1 HP after being plagued. Unfortunately, not being sniped off by the Hydralisk.
And there's some 2 battle cruisers over there at 3 o'clock looking to start getting some damage done. They did snipe a spore.
Yeah.
12 kills on one and 10 on the other. These battle cruisers have proven more than valuable, and on hold position in this weird place is going to mean they're basically going to be trade infinitely with these units.
Oh, they're not on hold position, they're going down.
Oh, they're not on hold position at all, so they are going to go down indeed. He's not going to notice the time.
Oh. Oh no, and he's trying to push at the top left corner, but Darkstorm and Lurker stop him.
Again, definitely got to be really careful not to get plagued on all your vessels, because he is making a change to Hydras now, and so you get the plague on those vessels, he can easily snipe them. I think Zerg is just getting in a really strong position now.
Yeah, one of the advantages of the Hydra Lurker Ling build is that once you do start plaguing units, they die really quickly to the Lings and Hydras. Ooh, 2 vessels
instantly 2 vessels go down.
Disintegrating under this willful Zerg army.
Another nice plague.
Ooh, almost. I thought he was going to get the other science vessel there as well. Pretty solid game from Nagnar. Seems to be in control of the game. He can just keep macroing. He's still on even drones with the other Terran players, so his Terran player's gonna struggle to keep up with him.
Indeed, and I mean, impressive fight from Advil so far. I believe he's doing what he can, but I just don't think he's gonna have enough. Zerg army is coming down, looking to overwhelm the Terran.
Oh, and Nagnar are going for the 6 o'clock, and both armies just miss each other.
Here they go. Oh, we got a barrel.
From the Terran, it's not every day you see Terran flank Zerg, but here it is. Darkstorm goes down.
Oh no.
There it is.
Advil.
I think that might be it.
That might be it indeed. There's a lot of vessels going down now, so that is the bulk of Advil's army. If he loses those, then he hasn't really got a lot left. 2 of those vessels remaining do have red HP, so 1 shot from a Hydra will finish them off. Denying the space at the 6 o'clock is also huge.
It
Without it,
is.
Terran cannot continue.
A
GG.
really nice effort from Advil. Played from Nagnar. A good TVZ.
So one last game to cast, and yeah, for guys in the chat, when I'm streaming, it's lagging a little bit. So the overlay, the minerals and tech research, etc., are not accurate. So
Thanks again for having us with your cast, Poutine. It's really nice.
yeah, so one last game. It's gonna be a TVT.
I'm gonna go BRB for like 40 minutes.
It's gonna be quick zone, so
How quick?
a
Well,
lot.
is it TVT and it's quick, so what, like 30 minutes?
Yeah, no, less than that. So stay there.
Okay.
I promise it's not gonna be long. It's just a
Quick
1 hour
TVT.
1 hour TVT. It's pretty quick, no?
When I hear quick TVT, I just envision a woman getting ready and telling you she'll be ready soon.
So we're just gonna have a quick TVT here, you guys. In the top right, we have IRK Advil and Terran. And the bottom left, it's gonna be the purple Terran HB SesioM.
Yeah, SesioM, I think so.
Session, yeah.
Other guy I haven't really heard of, but I definitely know IRK Advil.
Alright, now hopefully we see a BBS from both sides.
That would be amazing. Both meet each
proxy
other.
BBS. Both
That's
proxy
always great.
BBS, like a screen away from each other.
I've done that. I've had that happen. And it's just a race to see who gets their barracks done first. Send out an SCB.
Yeah,
Screaming at your SCV to build it faster.
Oh yeah, every Terran knows there's a time where they just get fed up with T versus T and just go BBS for a while.
Sometimes I feel like SCV's workers' rights may be being exploited.
Pretty good. Call him the #1 tank killer in this matchup because Leon, they could definitely clear some tank lines if you're not careful. So.
But yeah, I think it's an underused tactic, especially from lower ranked players, to pull their SCVs to jump on those tanks and cause a lot of mayhem.
It definitely can stop some early pushes. We have pretty much mirror builds from both players so far.
gas at the same time.
Yeah, more or less mirror builds. Now,
The
Advil
earlier scout.
does technically have the higher potential to optimize the top mineral block, but he isn't choosing to manually boost that, so the builds will line up more or less the same, so the advantage of the right side won't be prevalent due to the lack of boosting.
That's a nice thing to kind of focus on certain mineral patches on the right side, especially on polypoid.
Yeah, that top
Nice
block on
patches.
polypoid can squeeze out extra seconds on any build order with how much faster it is to manually boost by pressing the return cargo key just as it finishes mining. Now with Terran, you want to spam that C key, so as it's mining, you go C, 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 and then when it finishes, then you let go. But with Zerg or Protoss, you want to tap that return cargo key as it finishes mining manually and just once to stop it from bugging out.
Right. And then both players doing the one factory CC, most likely it looks like. Pulled 2 SCVs from gas, leaving 1 mining.
So is this going to be CC from both players now?
I would expect so. Bull, however, is not making a second Marine and hasn't lifted his barracks, and I think that's maybe a slight mistake. If you only make one marine, you can definitely just lift your barracks off right away and start floating it as soon as possible. Both players kind of waiting a little bit with that barracks, but
SesioM's command center is like fractions ahead of Advil, so both builds pretty similar in terms of economy.
okay. They both put two SCVs back on gas right away after the add-on. Even I think they both only made one vulture, so just going for a quick add-on. Probably gonna go for quick upgrades. I imagine if they're gonna go into a vulture war, then probably will getting speed here. Be like 3 factories, speed vultures. See a little bit of a vulture war early on.
Oh, four, yeah, 3 factory for SesioM. And same build for Advil, but a little bit late.
Advil is going actually mines first before speed, and this could be a big mistake if they go into heavy vulture war.
And it will be. It will be a heavy vulture war. Both players going up to 3 factories very quickly. It's going to be a very heavy vulture war.
I mean, once Purple gets his speed is done, he'll have the advantage to even micro the vulture being attacked from the slow vultures away.
Now,
Slow vultures.
This is I don't understand the mines first, because you just the speed takes longer to research and is a more important upgrade, because otherwise you can get outmaneuvered by the other player if he's going less vultures and has it's like Zerglings with speed versus unupgraded Zerglings. It's just harder to maneuver.
Alright, I agree. I think it may be a little bit of a mistake. I think you should only go mines first if you're up against like a tank scenario, if they go like 2 factory or something like that. But
So we got 5 vulture versus 5 vulture right now, but one of them is misplaced. So and 3 we got more at the natural of Advil
Yeah,
though.
these are speed upgraded vultures versus non-speed vultures, so they can do a lot of damage.
this is definitely the timing that Purple needs to take advantage of.
Oh
Looks
wait,
like he's
bad
doing
target
that.
firing from SesioM, actually targeting the wrong vultures.
Oh no, and
Yeah.
now Advil just has more vultures. Like it didn't
Now he just
matter that
has
he didn't
more.
have the upgrade. Now that his
He even has
speed is
mines now,
done
so
as
he
well.
can even plant mines down on the on the factory after he breaks it.
Yeah, that really definitely backfired on Purple, I think.
Yeah.
Even having the cross map scenario, maybe just couldn't rally his vultures there in time, but somehow Advil just has more vultures now. This could be GG very soon.
Unfortunately, SesioM switched targets from a red HP vulture to a fresh HP vulture, so it didn't even kill the vulture and also wasted damage. So worst of both worlds were, unfortunately, as these vultures start to stream into the main base now, putting down more and more DPS onto anything that moves. He could also plant down mines on the factory. GG from SesioM.
Oh, well played from Advil.
Yeah, I don't understand why SesioM lost his vultures like that, because he didn't need to. He just needs to harass and use his speed upgrade advantage to be annoying and keep probing at him.
Right, I think he just slightly missed his window there, and that little bit of the misstep with his vultures definitely cost him the game.
I feel like he could have outmaneuvered Advil a little bit there and didn't manage to. Yeah, instead tried to commit to the trade, but then mistargeted the wrong vulture.
Thank you guys for thank you guys for joining. Thank you for helping me. We're gonna raid our doses.
Okay, thanks
Depot
for having
didn't
us
make,
escalate.
and
thank you.
Yeah, thank you for tuning in and watching CPL Preseason Week 1. And have a good night. See ya, guys.
Alright.
Good night, guys.
Good night.
I'm so tired.
I bet you are, man.